sword that was laying around because it's the only long sword that I have.
You have 10 swords.
I know they're heavy. That's not a real sword.
So
They're heavy, nigga. Fuck you. Wait, hold on, bro. Fuck off, bro. Nah, this nigga's hilarious, bro. Nah, hold on. I got something for that nigga, bro. I have something for that nigga. I got something real sweet for this nigga, bro. Like, yo, that shit real heavy, you dumbass nigga, Hasan. That shit real heavy. Bro, you got the same replica shit. This is Yubashiri for niggas that don't watch One Piece. This like one of the first good swords Zoro got. But nigga, the other one that he got is the fucking Sanda. You couldn't pick this bitch up? Nigga, you sound like a dumbass. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh my fucking god. Bro. Bro, I'm not watching hours of this shit. Bro, I'm not watching hours of this shit. There's no fucking way, bro. If this nigga Hasan about to be doing this shit the entire time, there's no fucking way, dude. Red alert. Because isn't the algorithm just looking dangerous? Very. I ain't gonna lie, you saw title and thumbnail. Y'all know what we getting down and getting into. The official Ethan Klein versus Hasan Piker debate skis. Ooh. I ain't gonna lie, I already know. Little backstory. With everything that's going on as of recent, like the whole, Frogan response, the content cop, H3, you know what I'm saying, the whole CPS incident, even going farther back, the content new, and even getting farther back to where this all end up starting from. Leftovers, in which, Ethan Klein and Hasan Piker had their whole little show where they would talk, politics, but that eventually came to a halt, came to a little stop, because they wasn't looking too agreeable, in a bit of disagreement, about the whole Israel-Palestine conflict, right? So obviously they break up, the show ends, yada yada, and like I said, they obviously don't end up amicably, clearly, because we want to see and get into with this whole debate, which is still going on now, by the way, because I ain't gonna lie, that motherfucker's a yap sesh, bruh. I ain't gonna cap. So like y'all saw on the thumbnail, this shit gonna be broken up into parts. One, like I said, yap sesh, that boy is long, so I ain't gonna cap. I don't know if we could be here forever. And two, I like money. There ain't never been a dollar I didn't like. Only ethical ones, only moral ones. You know how we get down. But even getting back into that all ends up culminating into some bad John. That's why I was talking about the whole content nuke that Ethan Klein obviously dropped on Hasan Piker, which he still to this day ain't watched that boy. Crazy works we got going on. But obviously John's obviously did not, like I was discussing earlier, didn't end up amicable, and they've been obviously beefing and having this whole John go on throughout all this time, and obviously Hasan's little waiting rooms, orbiters and all them heads obviously been having this whole harassment campaign going against Ethan, and obviously he's been responding, calling these bulls out, responding to them, all this type of jazz, and that's really resulted in the CBS incidents, yada yada, go down. But that all culminates to this, like I said, the official Ethan Klein x Hasan Piker debate. So I ain't gonna waste no more time, because you already know Trilly talks everything Trilly. Yaps everything. So let's get right into it. Y'all already know, like we say every time we watch the pod, yo, shout out Ethan Klein, you know what I'm saying, the whole H3 crew, you know what I'm saying, and of course, the H3 fam, head showing love. It's all love for y'all. Shout out, they showing love. No glaze. Maybe a little bit. Sign up. But you know what I'm saying, heads showing love like I say all the time, so I gotta show the love back. But you already know, having a respectful conversation with ex-co-host Hasan Piker. And like I said, of course, always, that boy will be down in the description. First link, down first. Show the love. Duh. You already know how it goes down. Been saying that. Yeah, this boy's a yap sesh, bro. I don't know why I'm still talking. Trilly yaps too much. But yeah, this boy, like I said in the intro, is still going on live right now. So yeah, this gonna end up being a real forever story, bro. We really getting into a yapathon. So besides all the love being shared, like always, let's get into it.
Folks, that's enough of the dog chat. It's time. Welcome to the show, everybody. Hasan Piker.
Hello, Hasan Piker.
Goodbye.
What's going on?
Well, I'm doing a debate. What about you?
That's what I'm doing as well. All right. Wait, hold on. Oh, are you going to show me all the time as well on the Zoom call?
Here, I can fix that. 1 second. Let me just set it to Ethan's output here.
If you want.
There you go.
if you want, just show like not just Ethan, but yourself as well. If you're gonna talk, like that's fine.
Hey,
I don't know if it's gonna
Hasan,
be too difficult.
leave the production notes to.
I about to say, leave it to the peoples. We gonna handle the production. But anyway, fucking Ethan glazing aside, bruh. Like, yo, Hasan, my nigga, nah, we gonna keep it straight to you. We don't even gotta bring the crew in it. Stamp. That's what we've been saying to Frogan and all them other dumbass motherfuckers for a minute now. But
My team. You can switch your show how you like.
Well, you know, they were my coworkers as well, Ethan.
Well, it's been a
for 2
while, my
years.
friends, and guess
Yeah, I
what?
know.
They are not now.
No, I know.
So let's start. I mean, so you did this content cup, right?
You're dead K in this hood.
And I mean, did that go how you expected? It didn't seem to hit very
but
hard.
Before we get started, can I lay some like ground rules so we can have like a productive conversation?
Sure.
Yo, when I was like just getting onto this John, watching it live, I'm gonna let y'all know, not that productive. The yap session again goes on. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
Yeah. Okay. So, I wanted to come on to make this as issue specific as possible. But yes, you have grievances with me, and
Okay.
of course, I think they're valid to address.
Okay, good.
Of course, we'll talk about that. Hopefully, I'll be able to address some counterpoints as well, if
Sure.
you will allow me
Of
in
course.
that process.
Absolutely.
But before we get started on anything, I would like to potentially talk about definitions, so we can have like an established definition on a lot of the things that we're going to be talking about. Is that okay with you?
I mean,
yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, coming from Hasan, dumbass, that's actually pretty smart, because, yeah, like, heads gotta know, obviously, to define words of what they're saying within, barring context and shit like that. Like, if you say a certain John and then you don't know which, especially if words have double meanings and shit, like, if you don't know which meaning they talk about, and or, like, if you don't have the context, then you might not know, so whatever.
I mean, it depends how many definitions you got. What do you want to define? I don't want to get bogged down in this, so let's.
I'm also experiencing audio issues on my end, so
Sure.
hold on
Go
one
ahead.
second.
No worries. No worries.
Okay. All right, so you're fine with that.
I mean, up to a point, yeah.
Well, I mean, like
I don't want to get
it's
bogged
basic
down in a
stuff.
conversation.
It's not like a gotcha.
Go ahead, start.
I'm not-
Start. No, I know you're not. I
Okay,
just want to get
so-
going.
All right. So first and foremost, I think we should define what Zionism is and what you mean by Zionism and what I mean by Zionism. so you can
Zionism
understand where I'm
is
coming from.
the belief that Jews should have their own homeland in the historic Palestine area. That's it.
Okay. All right. So I believe that Zionism is a religious ethno-supremacist ideology that revolves around the exterminationist policies of removing the indigenous population that lived in, as you said, historic Palestine. As long as they are not Jews, because it's a religious, ethno-religious supremacist ideology. I think that this is a disagreement that you and I have.
No, I agree with
on this
you.
front.
I agree with you. If you want to add that, like the genesis of Zionism included, the displacement and the ravaging of the culture that existed there, then I would agree with you. I mean, I don't think that the establishment of Israel was like a good thing. I mean, it was tragic and a lot of bad things happened. But let me ask you, sir.
Okay.
How was filming that content? I just have to know what you felt, what you were thinking as they were doing the
No,
Fortnite L behind you.
We'll get to that. We'll get to
No,
that.
no,
We'll
no,
get to that.
no.
I promise.
Yo, Ethan is so fucking petty, bro. I love that shit. Cause I'm super fucking petty as well, bro. I would ask him that same shit. I'd be like, yo, how'd you feel when those dumbasses were behind you doing that shit, bro? You're also a dumbass, but you already know that, or you don't. That's why we're here doing this shit. But like, yeah, what was the game plan on that shit? Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, the optics, the optics, not feeling them. Yeah, nah. Does he have context on that?
Here, I don't want to talk about
Okay.
definitions. You got your Zionism, and let's do
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was fine.
Did you not?
I've participated in other YouTube videos as well in the past.
But this content cop H3 shit was ass and terrible, and you look like a major dumbass. Like, let me not even be the one to tell you, because everyone else already is. But like, yeah, just share with us within what's going on with not just your mind, Ian's mind, everyone else's mind within that dumbass clique. Yeah, like share with us what was going on with this shit. How did we come to these conclusions thinking that this shit was cold?
That
You know,
Fortnite L dancing.
Some of them feature sketches.
I noticed
Okay.
you weren't in the other.
This motherfucker's really talking like he been making some artful ass content. Like he really been popping off on the creativity tip. Like what?
shots. Why was that?
I think I was being interviewed
Oh, really?
by
Who was
a
interviewing you?
journalist while that was happening.
Really?
I don't remember.
Really? Oh, that's convenient. I think you were embarrassed, frankly. You were absent from every other shot. I think you saw
Wait,
him doing
why
that.
would I be-
I think you saw him doing that Fortnite dance, and you said, "I got to get out of this." And by the way,
No, I
I'm
don't
giving you
care.
credit for that.
I mean, Ethan, you're a comedian. You know, you participated in some sketches.
Yeah, but you gotta remember the point of comedy is that shit's supposed to be funny. Who the fuck was laughing? Who was laughing, Hasan? Not at that shit. Not at that little 5-minute intro shit. No.
You know, it
Nothing that
happens.
I mean, shit. Yeah.
Really? You're one of your most famous sketches. You in a fucking diaper? Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, we've done funny things.
Okay, you know what? Let's not
Goofy
debate the merit of our comedy. You're right. I'm very hacky, and so are you.
so-
by the way, you believe that the
that's
likes
fine.
were botted on that.
What?
You had said you thought the likes were botted on the content cop. Do you still believe?
Just again, I keep saying disregard the likes. Actually, don't disregard the likes. Disregard the dislikes and shit like that, bro. That's just the extension shit, bro.
That?
What? The likes were botted on the content cop?
The
I have
dislikes
no
were
idea.
botted. The dislikes, sorry. Yeah, you said it was brigaded and was botted. And it was unnatural, the dislikes on the video.
I don't really care about this. I don't know. I mean,
Well,
I
I'm
don't,
asking-
I
I
don't
don't care
recall
if you-
saying this, but I don't know why
You
this is a
did say
major point
it.
of contention. All right, so you
No,
asked
no,
that
no, no,
question.
no, no,
Let's
no,
get back
no.
to some other def.
Yeah, I can't, bro. Yeah, Ethan is funny as shit. He's hold on, nigga. Nah. You're addressing this shit, nigga. Nah, that's tough. Like, yo, I ain't go.
Hold on, let me finish, and then you can do your definition.
Okay.
Did you think it was...
Well, it's not my definition. I want to hear your definition.
That's fine. I'll answer how you like. Do you...
I hope you know that, like, you know, I don't know if you know this, but I didn't publish the content cop. iDubbbz did.
Yes, I know that. And
Does he think we're a fucking dumbass? Yo, we're not like you Glazers, nigga. That's obvious. But you were clearly in that shit, bro. Like, you can give some context on it.
I've addressed
Okay,
him
good.
thoroughly.
All right,
do you know that... do you believe he should have included the context of the CPS call?
Absolutely.
What?
What? You don't know what I'm talking about?
Wait. I'm a little confused. You were...
Yo, I fucking hate this nigga. Bro, we're gonna have to watch the whole shit and bro, I don't know how many fucking parts this shit gonna have. It's gonna be a fuck ton. Especially because of this nigga. But even barring that shit, bro, like, yo, we're gonna have to watch this nigga for how many fucking hours? Oh my god.
You're asking me
Yes.
what my opinion is on
the video.
iDubbbz's content cop.
Correct. That's correct.
About the CPS. I don't know.
Yes, nigga. Like,
Maybe, sure. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I think it was more so about like your year-long conquest of deplatforming and also
Right.
harassing
Well, 90% of the...
who harassing your niggas in your camp? Nigga, no. Your Glazers, nigga, fuck off. What have them niggas been doing? That's why we need the context. Bro, this nigga's trying, bro. He's not gonna do it, bro. That's the
clips were
Quite
from the
frankly,
episode
harassing a bunch of
entitled
pro-Palestinian
CPS Came to My
content
House, Hasan. I don't know if you think that's an important detail. I sure do.
I think it's important as fuck. But
Ethan?
I mean, like, hey.
I think you know my position on this, as I made it very clear. I think it's completely inappropriate to fucking call
No.
CPS.
That's obvious.
I think it's
I'm
completely
saying your
inappropriate to
friend
call
Hasan,
CPS
you
on
made a
content
video
creator.
All right, word. So go ahead and tell Denims and Bad Empanada and those niggas that.
don't
with
like.
did
I
a
don't know
total
why you're-
fucking
I don't know
hit
why you
job.
think I have
All right,
any
go ahead.
hand
Ask me a
in this.
question.
These niggas are in your community. What?
I don't have any, like,
They're directly your orbiters.
Go ahead.
listen
ahead.
to me. Listen, we're both content creators online.
You platform these niggas. What?
We both have received an endless wave of harassment. You and
Yes, you and Ethan both. And why? It's because, yo, y'all have said and or done shit that have obviously garnered criticism. Duh. But my nigga, why are we pretending like, yo, you niggas in your camp, Hasan, bro, have not done shit. They just getting harassed, and it's not shit that they're doing. What? Oh my god! So that's what I'm saying. I can't sit here and watch like hours of this nigga, bro. Like,
when I have talked privately about this,
Hasan, I don't care. Let's just go on.
What do you mean? You brought this up. You brought it up. Hold on.
I know what you're saying. We've all been harassed. The internet is tough. Whatever, yada yada. Ask me a question.
No. Please, Ethan, please.
Because you're so boring, bro. I just want to have an interesting conversation.
You know who else also told me that? Andrew Tate. Please, just.
And fuck Andrew Tate, nigga. Do you know what? Oh my, we're not.
Hold on.
Wow, I have. Wow, God forbid.
Explain my position to you. You and I are both content creators. We get an endless wave of harassment, doxing, swatting, all of this stuff. Okay. Sometimes by the same people, ironically enough, by the same communities. You and I know we've had these conversations in private. Before,
been a while.
Right, the same communities. Yes, y'all niggas shared a community before. What?
Before we, stopped doing our podcast. And you know my position on this. I think it's completely unacceptable.
I know you're against
I am
CPS.
victim to the same exact things that happened to you in this regard. I would never in a million years advocate for that sort of thing, and don't think it's appropriate.
Okay, like I feel that, Hasan. That's great that you wouldn't advocate for, saying niggas calling CPS falsely. You need to tell Denims, who is probably under the fucking, let me chill. Word up on that. Nigga, you need to tell Denims and those niggas that shit. Because clearly those motherfuckers are pretty alright with platforming and propagating that type of shit. The false CPS shit, bro. Like,
very good. And I don't know why you think that I have anything to do with this.
Because you're not you're misrepresenting what I asked you. I didn't ask you, do you think it's okay that people called CPS? I asked that the video that you participated in, which was
I gotta save the crashes, y'all. Oh my god, I already know.
Total fucking hit job that used 90% of its clip from an episode of the podcast called CPS Got Called on Me and didn't even include the title of the podcast. Now, do you think that's fair?
I think you should take this up with iDubbbz instead of me.
Okay, sure. Ask me.
Nigga dodging, bro. Fuck you, bro.
Editorial. Yeah, I didn't make any of the editorial decisions in iDubbbz's content cop.
I'm asking what you thought about it, okay? Not if you made it. It's pretty fucking pretty obvious. Go ahead, ask me a question.
I'm sure it would have been I'm sure that it would have been all right if he mentioned it.
It would have been all right.
I don't know why.
It would have been fucking great if he mentioned it. Why? Because then it would have had, the context, the missing part of the vid. Nigga, fuck, bro.
This is a major point of contention for you. I thought we were going to talk about Israel-Palestine.
We're talking about whatever we want to talk about. You had said that I have problems with your character. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, ask me a question.
But you having problems with my character.
Hasan, ask me a question, or I'm going to move on to the next topic.
You asking me about iDubbbz's editorial decisions in his content cop.
I just still can't even believe this debate is actually happening. Like, this shit is so crazy.
Asking about your opinion on it. Go ahead, ask me a question.
Okay. So, do you believe that Israel is committing a genocide in Gaza?
Yes.
Okay, great. Awesome. So you agree with with numerous human rights organizations, the UN?
I already said yes.
Okay, great. No, that's important. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I also agree on this. If you believe that Israel is committing a genocide in Gaza, okay, do you feel like you have used your limited amount of time that you have as a content creator speaking out against Israel doing a genocide on the Palestinian population living in the Gaza Strip? Or do you feel like most of your commentary on that issue has overwhelmingly been to rail against people that are doing that?
Sure.
Is this nigga a dumbass? Oh my god. He's so fucking stupid, bro. He really thinks, he's talking about the whole Israel-Palestine conflict. Yes. So he can fucking deplatform what was the nigga? Because again, right after I just came off, when I just saw this shit was live or whatever the fuck, they were like in the middle of shit. The fucking pro-Palestinian creators. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's exactly why I started talking about this whole shit. Yeah, to deplatform niggas. Totally not you know what I'm saying, because he has contact adbot and shit, you know what I'm saying. Obviously, his wife, Hila, Israeli. He lives in Israel. Totally not that. No. It's the deplatform niggas like Rogan. Facts.
Palestinian advocates that you feel like you've been wronged by, myself included.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but if you're pro-Palestine, it doesn't absolve you of criticism. That's something that... You guys keep harping on.
Do I think my coverage? I don't think that's the case. I don't think that is the case.
Okay. Do you think my coverage has been like totally balanced? I would say no. I've obviously given less time to the Palestinian perspective, and I think the reason for that is simply that.
No, not just the Palestinian perspective, Ethan. I think that rather than talking about that issue in and of itself, rather than talking about the genocide itself, every time you have
Hasan, I'm answering your question.
Every time you've talked about Israel-Palestine, it almost always revolved around.
I was going to tell you why. Do you want to let me answer?
Personal vendettas that you have experienced from.
Okay, say he does have personal vendettas. What have those niggas done against him for him to have a personal vendetta? Hasan, what the fuck, bro? Like, holy shit, the shilling is so fucking bad, bro.
I'm going to explain that. Okay, would you like me to? You asked me a question, so I'm going to answer it. The reason for that being is that I feel like I'm responding to a lot of bullshit that's been passed my way ever since Leftovers ended, starting from you and your community. Now, that's my answer to that. Now, let me ask you about this. This sword has a Nazi swastika hilt.
Oh, yeah, we talking about the Ichigo sword? Oh, shit. Okay, let's see about this.
Okay.
Do you disagree? What's funny about that?
This nigga's laughing. It's like, bro, you know niggas was on this bitch dog whistling. What the fuck?
I think it's funny because you've made this a major point of contention. That's why I think it's funny.
It's a swastika, is it not?
Yeah, it's a sword that is a bleach sword, as you know already, that has a hilt that has a Japanese manji sign on it. But yes, it does look like a swastika, as I've also noticed and have talked about on numerous occasions that you brought forward.
Yeah, of course you're conceding that because we fished this up. But yeah,
such as when I made fun of, I believe it was Alexa that grabbed it, and I said, "Oh, you immediately go over the swastika one." Yeah, exactly. Do you think?
Anyway, my point is, Hasan, if I can continue, my point is that you knew it was a swastika sword. So,
well, he said that literally in the one clip. Like, again, he said literally the swastika one. So he addresses when he looks at the item. It's obviously clear. He addresses it by that. Like, clearly you can know the context behind it. Ichigo sword, like we said, Japanese manji symbol. You know what I'm saying? There's Buddhist religious histories behind this shit. But like, yo, bro, Hasan, when you look at this fucking sword, you know exactly what you think of first, nigga. Barring that shit, let's take all that shit aside. Let's say, yeah, nah, Ichigo sword, whatever, cool, you own that shit. Within the fucking picture that DEI dubs posted, and the shit that, again, your niggas been on, it's like, yo, bro, why is this shit in this flick, though? It's like, why is this shit in the flick, though? It's like, yo, come on, bro. Niggas know what they're doing. That shit is, oh my god, that plausible deniability. I fucking hate it, bro.
Why?
Really
what is the? So I mean, why did you guys choose to pose with this sword?
Thank you,
Ethan.
Answer that. Why was the choice made for this sword?
Hasan.
I'm gonna gently explain this to you again. One, it's not a swastika, but regardless,
do you think it's...
we've already addressed that. We know the context behind it, but obviously with how it looks and how it appears, with people who don't have context, you look at this and the first thing most of the niggas would probably think is, oh, it's a swastika or some shit. Let's say you don't want to use that argument. It's like, again, with the context of knowing what niggas are posting. Yo, actually, I should block these niggas, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Me fucking avert y'all eyes, bro. Don't go blind, dumbass. But anyway, within, again, all the shit that you see, like, you see these niggas posting the shit that, again, you won't fucking mention because you're only saying Ethan's fucking harassing them, but not talking about how they're clearly harassing him. But bar that, yo, again, why sword? Oh shit, I'm blocking it. Why sword and flick? We no need sword. We no need sword. Like, what are we talking about?
It looks like a swastika.
I did not make this editorial decision. I wasn't even.
Do you think it's reasonable to perceive that as a swastika?
Ethan,
answer the question. Is it reasonable to perceive that?
I don't think it was a deliberate decision that IDubbbz made, but I don't know.
Yes, it was, bro. Shut the fuck up.
don't
Okay,
know his
well,
mind.
Hasan,
Shut the
they're your
fuck up,
swords,
nigga.
and according to the New York Times article, there was 10 options. So what's the chances that they chose the
You
swastika?
don't think he deliberately chose that shit to put in because it has a swastika symbol? Yet you address the sword, or you have addressed the sword as the swastika sword, bruh. Oh my god, this nigga is so annoying.
One? That seems pretty slim.
Nigga's so
Well,
You have 10
considering
swords,
that I
don't
had The week prior to that, I believe. I don't know the exact
And
time.
that's a low-key a good point about like that Ethan just mentioned. Like, bro, my nigga got multiple swords and shit like that. If you want to hold a sword, DEI dubs, you dumbass. Why didn't you pick up fucking I see what the nigga got over there. Is that fucking bro? I can't tell. Is that Enma? I know that's the Sandai. Is that Enma? I think that is Enma. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, why didn't you pick up one of these motherfuckers? Why this one in specific? It's like, bro, that plausible deniability is ass. It's not working.
I don't really remember when they shot this, but I had the sword out because I was doing an Assassin's Creed promo. Do you feel like if I thought it was like genuinely a swastika sword, I would use it in an Assassin's Creed?
Wait, so you were doing a promo for an entirely another entity, a whole nother company, like a whole nother media, and you decided to use a fucking bleach sword in an Assassin's Creed, John? You're a dumbass. I don't understand. Nigga, you have millions of dollars. Nigga, just buy a sword or a replica shit from Assassin's Creed. Nigga, aren't they paying you, bro? Use that fucking money. Bro, what? Oh my god. Yo.
Promo shot?
Yes.
Whatever, nigga. Yeah, for the promo shot, facts. Now he's cooking.
That's what we call a
Wait,
dog whistle, Hasan. And what you're
Thank you. Like,
doing is gaslighting somebody. You made a video.
stop sliding me, bro. Nah, yo, shout out Nicholas Dior, yo. Yo, bro, we love Saint Nick.
You
Let
think I'm
me make a
dog
point
whistling
here,
with
Hasan,
the-
because you're the king of microaggressions and understanding the perspective of minority
This is
groups.
true.
Right?
This
So
is
you
true.
made a video. You participated in a video accusing
okay,
a Jewish. Let me finish my point,
I'm gonna let
Hasan.
you finish that.
No,
I'm gonna
no.
let you ask the question.
Stop.
Can I
You are
just
making
say-
a video
can I just
accusing a
ask you
Jewish
again?
man
You
of
think-
exaggerating
Never shuts the fuck up.
anti-Semitism
I used
while
a-
exhibiting the most hateful symbol against Jewish people. Do you not see this as a problem, or at least
Ethan,
am I
couldn't-
insane
couldn't
for
hear
thinking
anything
this
you
is
said.
odd?
Ethan,
I guess so, Ethan. That's what the, I'm saying. DEI Dubs was telling you. Soy Dubs was saying, hey man, you might be a lunatic.
Ethan, take a deep breath.
Answer
Okay.
the question. I don't
Take
need
a
you to
deep breath.
console me.
I didn't even hear your question. I need you to.
Well, you
I
should
need
try
to answer
listening instead of
something.
speaking.
I'm just looking for clarification here. Do you think that I deliberately
Yes.
was using a dog
Yes.
whistle in an
Yes.
Assassin's Creed promo, or that it was a cool sword
No, I think for the promo shit, you're just a dumbass. But like for the DEI Dub shit, absolutely, yeah.
that was laying around because it's the only long sword that I have?
You have 10 swords.
I know they're heavy. That's not a real sword.
So you,
They're heavy, nigga. Fuck you. Wait, hold on, bro. Fuck off, bro. Nah, this nigga's hilarious, bro. Nah, hold on. I got something for that nigga, bro. I have something for that nigga. I got something real sweet for this nigga, bro. Like, yo, that shit real heavy, you dumbass nigga Hasan. That shit real heavy. Bro, you got the same replica shit. This is Yubashiri for niggas that don't watch One Piece. This like one of the first good swords Zoro got. But nigga, the other one that he got is the fucking Sandai. You couldn't pick this bitch up? Nigga, you sound like a dumbass. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh my fucking god. Bro. Bro, I'm not watching hours of this shit. I'm not watching hours of this shit. There's no fucking way, bro. If this nigga Hasan about to be doing this shit the entire time, there's no fucking way, dude.
oh, yes, I'm aware that it's not a real sword, but you had 10 to choose from. What does it matter how much they weigh?
yeah, the other ones
thank
are
you.
heavy.
Let me
Ethan.
paint a
I'm
scenario.
waving that
Let
shit
me
around.
paint, Hasan, let me
Nigga,
paint a
shut
scenario
the
for you,
fuck
okay?
up! Bro, this shit is light as fuck! Oh my god, bruh. This shit max 5 pounds. Max. Bro, this nigga can't be serious, bro. This nigga can't. Yo.
Listen, okay? This is important. You
There's
participated in a video accusing a Jewish man of exaggerating anti-Semitism. You exhibited in that video the most hateful symbol against Jewish people. 1 out of 10 of your swords that you have previously already stated you know is the, quote, swastika sword. So am I insane for even... You're treating me like I'm insane for bringing this up, but it sounds pretty
No,
reasonable.
he's trying to play plausible deniability, and he's always doing this shit. Like, it's just...
Well,
Where do you think Denim's got this shit from? Come on.
I mean, it's a little insane.
So
yes.
yeah, microaggressions just don't
because you're
exist
asking
for
me-
Jewish
you're-
people.
You're asking me why iDubbbz.
It's your
made
sword,
this
bro.
Wait.
Asking me.
First of all, sword nerd. Like I said, Sandai Katetsu. He got fucking what is it called? Kikiri? Fuck, bro. I fucked up the name. I already know. I'm gonna be so mad when I look at this shit later. But he's got Law's sword. I'm trying to tell you, the Sandai and Yubashiri, the shit I got right here, bro, is literally like the same exact sword if you get a replica, bro. This shit is light as fuck. What is this nigga talking about? He couldn't pick up the other shits because they were heavy. Bro, what the fuck? Bro, is this nigga for real, bro? Like, even if we're not gonna use the excuse of like, yeah, bro, like, why the fuck are you using a sword from another medium or whatever? It's like, dog, because it was heavy. Oh my god, bro.
Why iDubbbz?
It's your
made
sword,
this
bro. I don't
decision,
believe that you
and
weren't
I'm
there.
not iDubbbz.
You were
and
there,
I
bro. It's in
don't
your
know
fucking
how to
house.
do-
I'm about to say, nigga,
I don't know.
in your literal streaming room, my nigga. Like, what are we on about?
I don't know why you're asking me
Because
why
it's
I don't
your
show
house
that.
and your sword.
But I also gave you what my speculation is, and that is that
It was just
it's
a
most
cosmic
likely because
chance.
I had
Okay.
previously had it laying around because I had just done an Assassin's Creed promo.
Okay, if you say so. So if it's a cosmic fluke, which you claim, then why leave the photo up?
I'm not even in the photo. I don't.
I
think,
know it's
right?
in your
Am I
room
even
though,
in the-
and with your sword.
I'm like, nigga, you're not in the photo, but bro, all your glazers are, nigga. So answer the question.
Why leave the photo up if it's a cosmic fluke?
Wait, why are you asking me this question? I don't know. I'm not. Ethan.
I'm sorry,
I am
Hasan.
not
Are you
iDubbbz.
unable?
Hasan, like, nigga, we know you're not fucking Ian, bro. You're both dumbasses. You might as well be the same nigga. But I mean, even barring that shit, bro, like you were in again that 5-minute portion at the beginning of the video. You have some context behind this shit, bro. Like, you just don't want to say that shit. Just be real. You just don't want to answer this shit, bro. Like, I swear to God.
To make value judgments on situations like isn't that what you do for a living? Do you think that iDubbbz should have removed?
I don't think it's relevant or that big of a deal at all. If that's what you're trying to get out of me, like, yeah, I think it's not.
Okay, so you're
it's
telling a
what you
Jewish
are
man who's
perceiving.
complaining about a very
And
odd
also,
coincidence that I'm crazy and I'm
Just go over the
exaggerating.
manji on it, Ethan. Can we? Okay, you got me. All right. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, you got
Listen
me.
to
I put a swastika in the video calling you out for exaggerating
No, that's not what I'm
anti-Semitism.
saying.
You
I
got
didn't
me.
do that.
Yes, you did.
Ethan,
You literally
Ethan,
did.
I didn't do that.
You, Hasan, were not in the picture, but nigga, this is your sword that you own that you literally said in a video on the clip that it's the swastika one. It's the swastika sword, or whatever the fuck. So you address, obviously, that is something that people can perceive the sword as being, right? So if fucking, again, iDubbbz with the whole, again, Israel-Palestine conflict that you and obviously Ethan have been covering, and all your fucking detractors and glazers have been covering that same shit too. So within all the context, especially with some of the shit they've been saying, you already know. Yo, it's a little bit weird for niggas to be posing with, again, a sword that has a symbol that most people would probably preconceive as a fucking swastika. Like, nigga, what is this nigga failing to understand that I can even understand? I'm some dumbass in my mother's basement. And so what the fuck is he? Bro, oh my God, it's so fucking annoying.
Okay, laugh
But
about
again,
it. Go on.
It's not a swastika. And
Then
I don't
why should he
even
leave
think
it up?
you have-
No, it's not a swastika, but most people that do not know Bleach and do not know the fucking context behind it most likely would not perceive it as a first-hand thing that isn't a swastika. They're gonna probably be like, oh fuck, bro. Yo, man, your sword looking a bit off.
That much of an issue with swastikas, considering you drew one on PewDiePie.
I'm a Jewish man, you fucking moron.
Oh,
Yo, Ethan really pulling out my lines. I've been calling niggas fucking morons like every vid.
Is anyone in that room Jewish? Was anyone in that room? Did I draw swastika one time on?
Do you think that Jews have an exclusivity agreement with like being offended or not offended by Nazi imagery? You've done a Sig Heil approximately what 50 times.
Why did I do a Sig Heil? Why did I do a Sig Heil?
I don't know.
Because you only watch clips on Twitter. I was making fun of Elon Musk and trying to see if it was valid or not.
Oh, thank you.
And by the way, as a Jewish man, are you going to tell black people not to use the N-word?
Wait, what?
Are you going to tell black people not to use the N-word because it offends you?
Do you think this is an apt comparison?
Yes.
Okay. So you think that being able to draw the your anti-Semitism radar is completely out of whack.
And who are you to say that to me? You pose with a...
Like, but again, Hasan, that's based on your own subjective fucking opinions. Of course you fucking think it's out of whack because, bro, you think the nigga Ethan as a whole, everything with him is out of whack. Nigga, what? See, this is the shit I be talking about, bro. Like, that shit is obviously fucking skewed. Like, it's, again, like, yo, didn't fucking Ethan talk to these niggas approved you, fucking Sam Cedar? Like, bro, you niggas always want niggas to do shit according to your own lines and how you do shit. It's like, bro, did you forget that niggas, again, can have their own opinions? Like, what is this nigga on about, bro?
Swastika.
You're saying that it's not a swastika, and you know it's not a swastika.
I mean, it literally is a swastika.
No, it's not.
Let me see the swords in your background. Why didn't you choose one of those ones?
I didn't choose the sword, Ethan.
I don't believe you.
Do you think this is a productive use of our time?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So anyway,
yes. Yo, let's go ahead and add the context again that Ian didn't include. Now, granted, again, niggas probably gonna come out and be like, yo, the fucking photo shit wasn't included in the video. I know. But obviously, everyone that was in the fucking photo was in the vid, though. Like,
say it's a weird cosmic fluke. Personally, if I think it was a weird cosmic fluke, you say basically it's not a swastika. The difference between the Hindu symbol and
but it's not.
Okay, right. The difference between the Hindu symbol
what
and the Nazi swastika.
On the other hand, was a swastika.
I'll finish what I said. Yeah, I'm a Jewish man. I depicted a swastika,
cool.
a tasteless joke on Idub's shirt 10 years ago. You said this is the swastika sword, and you keep it in your house, and you use it and pose it in photos, attacking a Jewish man. The fact that you can't even concede that looks bad.
To it as looking like a swastika when my friend picked it up.
So
if I genuinely thought it was a swastika memorabilia, do you think I would keep it in my house?
Dude, you're being so obtuse.
I would hope not, but nigga, you're Hasan Piker. Like,
I know it's not a swastika, right? And I know you know it's not a swastika, but it is literally a swastika also. Because the difference between a swastika and that Hindu symbol is this. You see what I'm doing? This is the difference. If you ask a Hindu person, would they walk around with a swastika sign?
Wait, so you know?
Fuck no, they know that looks like a swastika.
Swastika sword. So I'm a little.
Yes, everyone. Oh my fucking god! Everyone has acknowledged. Yes, we know the context that it's not actually representing like a swastika within, obviously, it being oppressive to Jews and all that type of shit. We know the context. It's from Bleach, it's with Japanese Buddhism and all that type of shit, my nigga. But you, like, actually, you fucking don't know, or actually, no, you better yet, you do. Plausible deniability. You just don't want to admit that other motherfuckers that don't know the Bleach shit, again, like I was saying earlier, would probably perceive that first thing as a swastika, like you did. It's crazy, like, bro, it's bad.
I'm confused.
Ask your Hindu friends if they would walk around with like a swastika brandished. They know.
Okay.
Are you Hindu?
I am not Hindu.
Okay, interesting.
No.
So anyway, it was a cosmic fluke.
Do you think
brandished
that only, do you think that only Hindu people have bleach swords? Like, what's going on?
We're discussing the symbol, not the sword. Okay, go ahead. So you think it was a cosmic fluke? There was 10 swords. He magically picked that one.
I can't. I'm speculating on
he left
the
it up.
decision making.
If it was a mistake, he could have deleted it.
I'm not him.
Go ahead.
I don't know. Again, I'm going to repeat myself here. I think I'm doing.
You
this
don't
a
need
lot.
to. Go ahead.
I am not.
Ask me the next question.
I don't know what was going on.
I'm not accusing
in his
you of being
mind.
Idubs, Hasan, but you're acting like you're incapable of making value judgments on things because you're not
No, because
Idubs.
I already made the value judgment. I think you're being crazy.
Okay. Well,
of course you do.
Well, Mr. Microaggressions thinks I'm being crazy. Very good. You have no problem telling Jewish people they're being crazy on what?
Yes.
It's like a blatant fuck. Go ahead. Ask me the next question.
Yo, I'm just gonna say it again. I just cannot fucking believe that this like debate is actually happening, bro. I didn't think this shit was gonna happen any fucking time soon with all this other shit going on. What?
Yes, I don't.
Do you think
I don't have a problem
if you could
telling
go back,
you're being crazy right now. You being Jewish has nothing to do with this.
Sure, I'm sure it doesn't. Do you?
It just like blatantly does, because this is one of the things that again you and your fucking detractors Hasan love pointing out and all that type of shit. Remember, you fucking all call him a Zionist. Like, what?
You think going back that it was a mistake to use that sword?
I don't really care about this at all.
Okay, fantastic. Well, that really shows where you're at on this. Go ahead and ask me a question.
Okay. So,
This nigga definitely cares. He's such a fucking liar.
since you believe that Israel is committing a genocide, what are the appropriate steps that people can take, both in the Western world and also regional actors can take, against this entity doing a genocide by your own admission, that you would consider to be appropriate? Because it feels like throughout this entire process, you have set boundaries on what you think
just
is
killing
inappropriate,
civilians. That's the boundary.
As you have.
Well, wouldn't you prefer to handle like any wars and conflicts through diplomacy? Like, you wouldn't want any like war and bloodshed to happen. You'd prefer to handle this amicably through like meetings and coming through courts, especially within different countries and like, you know, all that type of jazz. You'd want to handle this through the books per se. Like, that would be first cause. But then if it gets obviously to the point where it's at within this conflict, where it's there is obviously war and bloodshed, yeah, you'd want to obviously bar hurting or taking the lives of innocent civilians and shit like that. That should be something that everyone should agree on, correct? I don't know, but even with this politics shit, bro, I'm like how Nicholas Duyori be saying it, bro. With the political shit, I really don't give a fuck. I really don't. But within all this shit, like, yo, one, like Nick Duyori says, be learning the fucking politics and all that shit through watching and shit. But two, obviously, within H3H3, Klein, you know what I'm saying, the whole crew, like watching it, so therefore I'm forced to be educated. That's tough. But yeah, anyway, barring that, back to this, yeah, like, you obviously would not want to see innocent civilians, families, women, children, you know what I'm saying, anyone get hurt and or have their lives taken.
Set boundaries on what you think is inappropriate.
Killing civilians.
And time again has said is outright anti-Semitic.
My boundary is killing civilians.
Okay. That's great. So
is that unreasonable?
That's a perfectly reasonable boundary to set.
Okay, good. So
I
then
totally
we don't disagree
agree with you on that. Great.
Okay. So let me ask you the next one. Let me ask you about this Tabris tier list.
I have let me finish.
Well, you asked and I answered. Go ahead. You could go on a little bit more.
Okay, so hold on. Everyone is complaining about my volume on my side because we're using Zoom instead of Discord. So my fucking audio.
It's fine. Take your time to get the audio.
My audio keeps going up and down. Okay. So one of the first conversations that we had, you and I had, that led to the Leftovers podcast ending, was that you considered "From the River to the Sea, Palestine will be free" to be an anti-Semitic slogan. You said that Jews feel like this is an exterminationist slogan, and Jews fear this slogan in the United States of America.
Correct.
If you think that Israel's doing a genocide, do you feel like it is appropriate for Westerners in the United States of America and Palestinians and people of Palestinian descent to be able to use emancipatory slogans, or should they go to jail under the Trump administration?
Okay, I mean, these are pretty extreme questions. Now, I'm not making a value judgment. I'm just trying. All I was trying to do.
Question is what's happening right now.
Bro, do you want me to answer?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to explain the Jewish perspective. I'm not trying to make a value judgment of it. But what I will tell you is that how do you feel about Norm Finkelstein?
Love Norm. I know he has said that it
Here's what he had to say about this.
I know what he's saying.
No. I want the audience.
He pulled up the clip fucking immediately, bro.
To see this, Hasan. Hasan, I want the audience to see this video.
Gotcha moment for you because I know Norm's position.
Good, I'm glad you know. Let's let the audience know, Hasan.
You know what I mean?
Hey, Hasan, let the audience watch the video.
I can have a nuanced and reasonable disagreement with a person that I actually admire.
So that's what we're having.
Like Norm. But
so it's nuanced and understandable with Norm. Let the audience watch the video, Hasan.
It's like, I'm like, yeah, niggas can't get the context. Well, yeah, if you're watching Content Cop H3 and glazing that shit, loving that shit, I guess not.
Okay. Go ahead.
Palestine will be free.
Let me go back. Yeah. Here's the Norm Finkelstein, a prominent figurehead in the Palestinian liberation movement.
I don't like the slogan.
I know. I have more positions that I disagree with him on.
The video can play
as well. Be free. I think it's a bad slogan. I know the slogan from the 1960s, the 1970s. It was a bad slogan then, and it's a bad slogan now because it has too much ambiguity.
Where's this nigga going?
When you say "from the river,"
Son's gonna hit me with the cherry act.
Yo, why is that shit's extremely fucking true though? Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, we shouldn't be surprised.
To the sea, Palestine will be free. obviously a question arises. Okay, what happens to the Jews in that scenario? And some people will say, well, all it's about is everybody being free, but that's not what the slogan says. So I have, in recent weeks, I have voiced my concern that it's a bad slogan. And I said, just change it, tweak it. From the river to the sea, one person, one vote, Palestinians will be free. And you can't answer that slogan because all you're talking about is equal rights for everyone. From the river to the sea, one person, one vote, Palestinians will be free. And I've encountered this.
I don't know if he actually means the one vote thing, because I think what he's saying is good in that. From the river to the sea, Palestinians will be free, which I think is good. You're laughing at Norm.
Routinely talked at campus encampments, college campus, Palestinian encampments as to, I'm not going to make much hay about the slogan in general. There's plenty of other slogans.
Well, you're willing to listen to him, but when I say it, it becomes a big controversy.
Well, I'm like, yes, of course, because again, Hasan is clearly biased, coming off the whole, obviously, like, breakup of fucking leftovers and this whole shit that came up off of that, like everything again, like I said, culminated into this shit here being for the debate. Like, yeah, no, it's obviously very clear, like, Hasan is gonna be biased against fucking Hasan, and then you could obviously say the same thing for Ethan on this shit, but Ethan obviously trying to be more fair at the context of these shit, something that Hasan bad fave dumbass shit, like, this must be why Ian must be looking up to the nigga, but barring that, Hasan not gonna do that shit, so it's like, fuck.
Literally,
no,
I'm not. It's not even my opinion.
I have a disagreement with him on that, and you're forgetting one key factor.
What's that?
Okay, you're forgetting one key factor. Norm Finkelstein still ultimately will always say, while I disagree with the slogan because I think it scares people, it ultimately does not matter, and I'm not going to stand in opposition to it. He doesn't say it's anti-Semitic.
When have I opposed it?
He doesn't say it is exterminationist.
When have I opposed
he says
it?
That's what people think.
When have I opposed it?
If you think that Norm Finkelstein would be in agreement with you in any way, shape, or form on any issue, please have a conversation with him.
He's literally in agreement with me, like verbatim.
Okay. No,
actually, even
great.
more.
You said it was anti-Semitic. Norm doesn't think it's anti-Semitic.
Hasan, do you remember me advocating against it? Do you remember me advocating against it?
If he agrees with you on anything.
Sure, I'll ask Norm Finkelstein. Do you remember me denouncing that statement and saying people shouldn't say it?
I believe in our conversation.
No, it didn't happen. You're lying.
You said it was.
It's like, yeah, this is the thing I'd be saying, like, bruh, let's pull up the clip, but. Is Hasan gonna do that shit? I know in the jump, I think, like, yo, no spoilers. I ain't gonna cap, because again, with the part I keep mentioning that shit. Like, I literally saw this boy on the what's the name, the YouTube ALG homepage, clicked on it, saw like 10 minutes, was like, alright, nah, we gotta get on this boy. But yeah, I think the part I was watching, I think Hasan was trying to pull up a clip or some shit. Like, he was saying he sent a clip to Dan, but we got to see clearly.
It was anti-Semitic.
I said it's perceived that way by Jewish people. All right, let's move on. The Sabra tier list.
Norm does not believe it's an anti-Semitic
Very
slogan.
good. I'll ask him about it. Now, let me ask you about
Are you actually going to do that? Because that would be wonderful.
Yes, I'm going to talk to Norm.
Productive.
We'll have a great conversation about From the River to the Sea.
Is it? Wait, can I ask you a question?
No. It's my turn.
Okay,
can I ask you a question? Absolutely fucking not, nigga. Anyway.
You go ahead.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's very gracious of you.
Well, I mean, it's just a back and forth conversation, but you seemingly have a lot of grievances not pertaining to the actual issue at hand. But
I don't know. The issue, my friend, the issue at hand is your behavior.
I'm about to say the issue at hand is fucking everything. It's not just the Israel-Palestine, John. No, it's got everything to do with even like the whole fucking turmoil and all the shit that happened over leftovers. This whole shit is included. This nigga Hasan, he trying to roach out, bro. Like, nah, and I totally understand like the factor of like, okay, you got to stick to being on topic within the debates and all that type of shit. But nah, this isn't just about Israel-Palestine. Like, from that conflict being talked about within not only leftovers but then access, because you know what I'm saying, again, this whole shit that's happened Like, yo, it's definitely a big factor, but like, yo, there's other shit included. Again, the CPS shit, these whole harassment campaigns, the fucking snarks, like, bro, nah, this shit gotta be talked about, gang. Like, what?
No, I think the issue at hand is the genocide.
Well, we seem to be coming at this from two different angles, which is great, right? So let me ask you this. Hold on, you said it's my turn to ask, so let me do that. Is it my turn to ask a question or what?
There's a genocide.
So
you already
petty,
recognize
bro.
that Israel is
So
committing a genocide.
I can care about two things, Hasan. It's very important to acknowledge that.
Don't you think
I can care about two things, my friend?
Incredibly narrow framework
Very
surrounding
easy.
your own personal feelings.
I'm not that smart, but I can care about two.
Yes, the personal feelings that within all this junk. Again, within the topic of conversation within Israel-Palestine, within those personal feelings, yes, because he has been affected personally by the motherfuckers that have been also on your side talking about this conflict. You know, those niggas is the real reason why he's feeling all personal right now, Hasan. Like, bro, what is this nigga on about? Like, no, we're gonna talk about you and what your other detractor niggas have been saying too. Like, bro, what? No.
Things.
Okay. No,
Even if one is more urgent than the other.
You think your own personal feelings born out of your misunderstandings is more
Bro, misunderstandings. Tell me what we're misunderstanding, Hasan.
more important.
Did I say that?
Then
I said one
actually-
is more urgent than the other, referring to the genocide.
Oh, okay. So you recognize that
Hasan,
the genocide is a more urgent
Hasan,
issue.
please, let me
but
ask
you
a question.
Almost all of
Yes, everyone would sit here and be like, yes, on a bigger scale, yes, the Israel-Palestine conflict is a way bigger issue. But within the conversation that you two are having, Hasan, like within this debate, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro. This conversation is not gonna do shit to change the conflict right now in this moment. So, nigga, we're gonna talk about your niggas calling CPS and shit, bro, or not calling CPS, but propagating that shit, bro. Like, bro, we're gonna talk about it, gang. Like, I don't know what this nigga's talking about.
of
Yes,
your
very
commentary
good.
surrounding this
Like,
issue
very
on
good.
talking about your own personal feelings and how you've been wronged by people.
Very good. Let me ask you. So you claimed
Wait, can you answer that question?
No,
Does
Hasan,
that
you
make
asked your
sense?
question. It's my turn. I talked about how gracious you were, man. What happened?
Wait, but
I
does
said
that
you're
make
so
sense to
gracious.
you?
You're going to let me ask you a question. What happened?
Does that make
Don't
sense
make me
to
take
you?
it back. All right,
Does
let me
that
ask you a
make
question.
sense to you?
Hold on to that. Ask me after this. You defended Frogan's use of the Sabra tier list. What was your opinion on that?
Yes, like, yes, ask this nigga all the questions. I want to see all of them, yo.
Oh my god.
Go ahead.
Yes, seethe. Yo, this nigga's seething, bro. Yes, you're gonna fucking answer these questions, my nigga. You're answering these shits, because we do want to know, what is your opinion of that? Like, I'm very curious.
I think that the Sabra Hummus tier list is
No. The race tier list.
absolutely insane to consider anti-Semitic, and most people have already laughed about it, despite the fact that it was very damaging in terms of deplatforming a bunch of content creators that participated in this.
Nah, they weren't. They weren't deplatformed. They got fucking banned because, again, they did some dumb shit. They did a fucking race tier list. No. You fucking tried, Hasan. You fucking tried. You did.
Egged on by yourself, by the way.
Yes.
Bullshit.
With pleasure.
And
What I'm about to say, like, yo, like, even on the factor, like, yo, if he's trying to say it's mainly from Ethan and all that, yeah, sure, but like, is he the only people? No, like, that's condemning this shit, and because this shit got pretty much mainstream traction, especially on Twitter and shit like that, it brought a lot of attention to it. Yo, Twitch was forced to act like, oh fuck yeah, we actually have to ban these niggas because it looks bad on our fucking part. And then what about the whole shit with fucking what the fuck is a nigga's name from the Destiny shit? Fucking Dan Solomon. What about the whole Twitch adpocalypse shit? Like, bro, yo, Ethan was not the only nigga in this shit, Hasan. But if you want to say the main, sure, you could have that shit.
duh.
But again, then you could just be like, all right, well, is Ethan harassing him and doing all this shit for no fucking reason? Because that's what you're saying, but that's not true. We'd be missing the context, because again, what is Frogan saying? What is Denim saying? What is Sean the Black saying? What is Mike from PA saying? What is Matt Lieb saying? What are all these niggas saying? Like,
And And it's not.
It's insane.
Even remotely.
Okay.
It's not even remotely anti-Semitic.
Very
it's
good.
Like
Let me ask you a
the
question.
Cracker Band that Twitch capitulated on.
So let me follow up with this. Have you seen the thumbnail?
The thumbnail?
Yes, that's what I said. This
For
is the
what?
thumbnail that's still up. Now, let me ask you this, Hasan. Here's
What?
Frogan's thumbnail for the Sabra
Hey, I know that guy.
hummus tier list.
Uh-huh.
In the F tier is me and
Yo, the Frogan glaze is in fucking sane, bro.
Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro is not in the tier list. He is
But,
never
yo, she got that nigga glazed the fuck up. Oh my god.
explored or used. Why do you think Ben Shapiro is on the F tier?
Ethan?
Whoa,
I'm gonna
answer the
walk you through this
question.
again.
What, you're dodging?
I'm not iDubbbz. And
Oh,
I'm
but
not
you can't
Rogan.
make value judgments suddenly on your friends who you've spent all this time defending.
No,
Defending, propagating, platforming, like, bro, fuck off.
because I don't care.
Well, I do.
I don't. Like,
I
this
think
is
it's great.
You don't care because it's gonna make you look like shit. Even though you're doing a great job at that yourself, Hasan. You're doing a fucking excellent job, man. Keep doing good work, man. You're making yourself look fucking awful. But anyway, barring that, yes, again, you're propagating these niggas. Like, you're co-signing these niggas. Like, you clearly align with the shit they're saying, because if you didn't, you would you would just not be aligned with niggas. But
You don't
this
care.
is-
Why is Ben Shapiro there?
I don't know. I don't care. Probably because he's also
Probably
a
because he's
massive
Jewish?
fucking.
I'm about
What?
to say
Because it's the most
because he's obviously Jewish.
Is
two
he
prominent,
Jewish?
most prominent Jewish creators on
Do you
YouTube.
think Ben Shapiro's Judaism is the reason as to why he would be on this?
100% without a doubt, yes.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Hold
go ahead,
on.
take your time. I know it's a lot to process.
Okay. Yeah, this is a lot to
Yeah,
process.
funny enough, Ben Shapiro's in the shit, but wasn't Ben Shapiro not even on the actual tier list? So that's a whole nother thing itself.
Yeah,
Says,
I know, man. It's tough. You really don't know what to say because it looks pretty bad.
No, because it's so fucking stupid.
Well, tell
Ethan.
me then.
You look kind of dumb
So why
right
is Ben
now.
there?
You look kind of insane.
Okay, very good.
That's
Why is Ben
I'm having
there?
a hard time. Like, I don't know why the fucking Frogan made this thumbnail. And
Why
I
is
don't
Ben
care.
there?
I don't have any issue with this thumbnail
Why is Ben there?
Of course you don't.
because he's a prominent defender of Israel.
You're
I
quick to
suspect.
say that Jews aren't the only Zionists, right? So why is Ben Shapiro, of all the people in the world who are conservatives, who are Zionists, Christian Zionists, why Ben Shapiro? Me and Ben Shapiro and F tier, the two most prominent Jewish creators on YouTube? That's a coincidence, just like the swastika, huh?
Ethan,
These are two cosmic coincidences.
Ethan,
Hasan, they're really stacking up.
the tier list that you're talking about. Let's first of all, the tier list that we're talking about was literally designed by a Jewish content creator who you advocated to ban, and he got banned.
Very
His
good,
name
and
is
I'm glad
Rafi.
he did.
You
He
called him
definitely
a
deserved
token
it.
Jew.
I'm like, yeah, because again, if that nigga was a Jew, like, he's still making a race tier list. Why the fuck are you doing that?
You called him a token
And
Jew.
I still stand by that. The man is just
You
fucking.
think-
He's
so you
spent.
think
He's
Like,
that-
no matter what, like, anybody's race was, I don't know why we do a fucking race tier list or something that would be obviously seen as a race tier list by the masses on a fucking Twitch panel, like, bro, where the advertisers and shit are all there. Like, bro, this shit is just gonna optically, like it did, look horrible. Like, bro, what are we? Oh my god. Oh my.
yeah.
So you get to draw swastikas on PewDiePie, but Rafi can't say that there is a tier list here where Sabra
This is
hummus
Frogan's tier list. This is her-
is the lowest. The Sabra hummus, liking Sabra hummus, is the lowest tier.
Ben Shapiro.
And the highest tier is being able to get a Habibi pass. You, as a Jew, get to determine what other Jews are able to do. You're the Pope of the Jews, as Sam
I didn't
Cedar likes
s-
to
I'm
call
not
Ben
determining
Shapiro,
what they can
ironically.
do.
That's not what he said at all.
No, but this
Is that
is
what's going on?
This is Frogan's bit. This is her stage. This is her bit. I mean, you can say the Jewish dude is the fall guy and did everything,
Ethan,
but
can you
that's
tell
not
me-
true.
wait, so you get to draw swastikas, but Rafi can't even say Sabra hummus is dog
He
shit.
can say whatever he wants. I'm not
Oh, so
criticizing.
he can,
By the
but
way, I'm
you're
not.
gonna-
You
you're gonna
think
call
that
him a
my
token
criticism
Jew
is
for
that
that.
he doesn't like Sabra hummus? Are you being serious?
Yo, we're not going back on that. Oh my fucking god! Cause yo, that yo, when I seen that shit in the original content cop and then back in the response, oh my fucking god, it was so stupid.
Serious right now? By the way, is that a beef? Hold on. What are you drinking?
They were dead arguing like over like how the fucking hummus tasted and all that shit out. Niggas were arguing like, oh yeah, it's just like all the other stuff you can get. I'm like, bro, that's not even the main point. This shit is not about hummus. It's about niggas are ranking these specific people based on fucking race. Like it, I don't even know. Wow, my god, that shit was so fucking.
It's a Dr. Pepper cream
Isn't that
soda.
who owns that?
I don't know, but it's not on the BDS
Are you
national
sure?
BDS list.
We'll double check.
Yes, I'm 100% sure.
Okay, we'll double check that. It's not about Sabra hummus, and like let's not be obtuse.
Ethan, actually, the BDS one is actually pretty funny too, because like you've been, you consistently talk about how like I drink Diet Coke or whatever. When that fan came up to me and said stop drinking Diet Coke, it was not on the Palestinian National Committee's official BDS list.
Yes, it was.
And ever since it has been on that official BDS list,
you're lying.
I have not drank Diet Coke or purchased any Diet Cokes at all.
You're lying. It was on the list.
Wait, what is?
What? Yeah, it was on the list. You're lying.
What was on the list?
Coke.
Yes, it was put on the list, and I stopped purchasing Coke, and I stopped drinking Diet Coke.
You
even
said
though I love
you
Diet
know what's
Coke.
funny? You told her
Because I think it's like
you remember
not
what you told
that
her, son?
significant.
You remember what you told her? You said, "I'll just put it in a cup."
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, no,
that was dumb.
Joking with her because I thought that it was a ridiculous request at the time because it wasn't on.
Because it fucking like I ain't go the way she ran. Actually, I wouldn't even say the request is ridiculous, but the way that she fucking ran up to the nigga on like a parasocial fan shit, I'm like, this right here is the direct reason on why I would never be an IRL streamer. Yeah, I'm like, nope.
The Palestinian
and or like build an audience where you got orbiters and shit. Like I'm cool off that.
National Committee's official boycott, divestment, and sanctions list, Ethan.
Okay. It's not about Sabra hummus, just so you know. Like, let's not be silly about
What is
this.
it about?
It's about what's Sabra means a Jew born in Israel. It's an Israeli company. It's everybody knows it's like considered like Israeli hummus. It's been on the BDS list. Everybody knows the connotations
terrible.
of Sabra hummus,
It's
right?
so- it's
Nobody.
so doo-doo.
Yeah,
It
I
is
don't like
doo-doo
Sabra
hummus.
hummus either. But we're not talking about hummus. What I don't like is
okay, great. So
anti-Semitism
okay.
perpetuated by your friends and swept by you. Now, why is Ben Shapiro in the F tier? That's a cosmic coincidence. Okay, let's move on. Very good.
Ethan,
Go ahead. Next question.
I'm not
I
Rogan.
know
This nigga's smiling so fucking hard. This nigga cheese is so fucking bad. It's like, yo, nigga, yeah, bro. You know that shit was some bullshit, bro. Did you have talks with Rogan and tell her to do that dumb shit? These are the questions that we really need to be asking. Like, no cap. Even though, I mean, Ethan basically is asking that shit. But better yet, these are the fucking answers that we need from Hasan. Like, bro, nigga, you had her up to that shit. What the fuck is going on, bro? Shit look dumb.
I
was dumb.
I know.
Why?
How can I make value judgments on my friends I've been defending for 2 years?
Also,
Who can say?
there is a tier list in front of me, and it seems like a bunch of people, both
Ben
Jewish
Shapiro and me are in the
non-Jewish,
F tier.
on the Loves Sabra tier list.
You're looking at the end. I'm looking at the thumbnail, bro. I'm talking about the thumbnail.
I
right?
know, but I first of all, again, I'm making inferences about editorial decisions that other people have made. I'm just simply speculating at this point.
Sure.
But you know, it's a
Oh shit.
it's a
Are you not embarrassed
It's a
by this
joke.
armpit hair? It's so cringy, bro.
Well, damn.
It's like so weird. I'm glad you changed that finally. On a separate note,
what?
I find it just so weird and bizarre that this was your thumbnail for so long.
Now Ethan is obfuscating. We don't got
Also, ironically, wearing a Rolex hat, which is like probably the symbol of capitalist excess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a free
Cool,
Rolex
dude.
hat from a friend of mine. I still wear it every now and then.
Oh wow, who knew? So anyway, Ben Shapiro was accidentally in the F
What
tier.
does this have to do with anything? What's going on, man?
Yeah, nah, that's what I'm saying. Now, Ethan don't even got to be on that type of shit. That's not out. Yeah, niggas, I don't even have to. Why would I have to fucking explain? Obviously, it's not me fucking defending Hasan. Nigga, fuck Hasan. I ain't gonna lie, but yeah, nah, we don't gotta focus on that type of bullshit. Or we can just fucking criticize a nigga for being a dumbass.
Man,
Yeah,
what-
I know
what's
it's
happening?
confusing. It's very confusing for you. It's like a car crash, I'm
There's
sure.
So why do you think there's a
so
Jewish
this is
man
a cosmic
in the A
mistake.
tier
Let's move on.
on the tier list. If you think that it's like all about anti-Semitism and
Do you think that this is at least a bad coincidence?
This is not a coincidence, but is it bad? Yeah.
No, I don't.
Well,
I
that's
really don't.
fantastic.
No, I don't think it's a bad coincidence at all. I think you're trying to find with a fine-tooth comb like any
Of course.
incidents.
The
that
Jewish
even
man
come
is
across as
crazy.
remotely
He sees
anti-Semitic,
anti-Semitism
and you're having
everywhere.
a really hard time.
These
You
are
want
just
my answer?
cosmic
You want my perspective?
mistakes.
I'm telling you. If you want my perspective, I'm giving it to you. I think genuinely, at a time when there is unprecedented levels
Yes,
of
I know. We can't
open,
talk
out
about
and
anything else. That's very
anti-Semitism,
convenient for you.
at a time when there's unprecedented levels of out and about anti-Semitism with incredibly prominent, oftentimes right-wing conservative figureheads actively talking about Jews, okay, in deeply anti-Semitic fashion, you have lasered in on people that you can't even actually catch, quote unquote, dead to rights because they're not anti-Semitic.
Well, they're not
And
wearing a
you
shirt
want
that says,
to
I
make
hate
them-
Jews, but
it
they're walking
seems to
around
me- it seems
swastikas
to me
and
like
doing
you-
tier lists with Jews on the bottom. I mean,
Like,
that's as
It
close as you
seems
can
to
pretty
me
much fucking
like
get without them
you-
just saying, I hate Jewish people.
Ethan, it seems
I'm like, again, like, I don't know why the fuck Hasan is not not seeing the obvious factor, but again, obviously, why would he? Duh, bias. But yeah, bro, y'all all call him a Zionist and shit. I don't fucking understand. Like, I think I think that's gotta have a part to play in some of this like anti-Semitism you talking about. They are participating. Like, this is.
seems to me like
And I
you
think you're
want
acting
them
really silly and
to be
obtuse right now. The
anti-Semitic.
guy who's all about microaggressions and understanding the perspective of minorities and stuff, telling a Jewish man that he's hallucinating anti-Semitism and won't even
I am doing
concede
that.
that this looks bad. Okay, fantastic.
No, you're hallucinating anti-Semitism in this circumstance.
Very
I'm
good.
not saying anti-Semitism is not a prominent fixture of American politics.
Very good.
I actually do think that anti-Semitism has exploded
brave of you
in
to say.
popularity
Very
in
brave.
American politics, especially. So that's not my point at all. I'm saying.
Well, yeah, but that's obviously because the Israel-Palestine conflict has become like one of the major things being talked about within even just politics, just in general, not even just in America, like or like obviously in the countries there, but like just on a global scale, like a lot of people are talking about the whole Israel-Palestine conflict. So like, what? I don't.
Saying you individually right now
So-
wish that these people were anti-Semitic.
I
So you're
really
trying
don't.
to find anything you can hold on to.
It's really not a
But once
stretch,
again,
man.
none of those people are me. So I don't know why.
Let's stop with the
we've
value judgment
devolved the
thing. Like, you can't make a
conversation
decision. It
away
sounds
from-
stupid as hell, dude.
Wait,
Let me-
None of these people are me, but you propagate them, platform them, again, post them and all that shit. So when they do shit that again, associates you, which again, content cop, you're literally in it, so it does associate with you. That's why, and the content cop is on even H3, so that's why he would want to ask you questions about that shit, because like there would be some conjecture you would have since you're in it, but he tried, not even tried. Yeah, the nigga someone obviously get off of that shit. But again, going back to more or less thing with Rogan. Like, you literally were on it, John, saying that she shouldn't even have been banned for all this type of shit, bruh. Like, Ethan is on the fucking tier list. Like, it's very clear that these heads have a fucking bias against Ethan, too. Like, these niggas are not just victims. Oh, my fucking God, bro.
That sounds stupid as hell. What?
No, when you go, I can't draw. I'm not them. I mean, it's.
I mean, I don't know why you're asking me what their genuine decision making.
Why would I want my
is,
best
and I don't
friend
know.
Idubbbs to be
I can't tell you
anti-Semitic?
what their
Why
process
would I
was.
want
But
my
I don't
best
think
friend
it's an
Idubbbs to be
issue.
anti-Semitic? Why would I want that? You think I enjoy my friends and people around me
Can I
being
be honest?
anti-Semitic?
Do you want me to tell you why?
I would love.
I don't think you're
to
gonna
hear-
like the answer.
Yeah, this is gonna be good. Go ahead.
Okay. You want everyone that has criticized you to be anti-Semitic
Yeah.
so that it makes you feel better about your position. It's not your own personal positions that you have explained to people that come across like you're using anti-Semitism as a shield to deflect criticisms against Israel.
This is
And that if they
what
are
an
actually
Yo, we can use the same argument for your whole fucking career. Yo, this nigga, holy shit.
out and about anti-Semites, that'll make you feel a little bit more comfortable, like
Yes.
you won the argument in your mind, and that your community would also finally go, oh yeah, you're right, you're a permanent victim in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
But because there's an unimaginable amount of anti-Semitism everywhere online, it comes across as shocking that you laser in on what you perceive are dog whistles when they're very clearly not even dog whistles
They very fucking clearly are dog whistles. Holy fuck. Like, what?
all. And I'll give you an example of this. Something that you did that I found very funny was you tweeted, or you don't tweet, sorry. You Instagram posted about my Theo Vaughn podcast appearance.
Sure did.
My Theo Von podcast appearance where you were like, oh, I can't believe Theo Von didn't actually ask him about his like dangerous anti-Semitism or any number of different things in the conversation.
Hasan, one of the main things that you talk about is, again, the Israel-Palestine conflict. So, I've expected, if you go on another platform or some shit like that, being that you talk about politics, and within you talking about politics is one of the main things you talk about, yeah, we would assume that would most likely probably be brought up within a conversation or whoever's platform you're going on, obviously barring them having a specific topic that they focus on, like, you know, trash taste. When on their platform up, I ain't gonna lie, it's still their fault. They shouldn't have brought you on. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. But even still, like Jones like that. I mean, obviously, fucking Theo Von's platform is fucking huge and all that shit. But yeah, like, motherfuckers would probably expect that to be something that would probably be brought up, especially, again, your whole shit is politics.
Including, I think you talked about Rick Scott. Now, we did actually talk. Theo Von and I did actually talk about Rick Scott.
Let's pull that clip up,
I'm sure you didn't see that. But hold on. Let me finish. But what I found very strange about that was the fact that Theo Von, and I didn't even know this at the time, the day prior to me, had actually interviewed Candace Owens. I think you and I both agree that Candace Owens is an anti-Semite, right?
I think that he was on that 1-2 punch.
Okay.
What? Bow, bam.
Do you think...
Hit him with that anti-Semitism, boy.
No, Ethan.
I think he was on a vibe.
As your former podcast co-host, do you think that I am anti-Semitic, one, and if you think I am, do you think I'm as anti-Semitic as Candace Owens?
So, yes, I think you're anti-Semitic at this point. I'm comfortable saying that. Are you
At
as
this
anti...
point.
Well, let me finish.
Let me
finish.
Move
You
on
asked
from
me two
slogan,
questions.
and let's address
No.
what
You
think
asked
I'm
me.
doing that's
Hold
anti-Semitic.
the phone. You asked me two questions together. I'm going to answer both. You said, do you think I'm anti-Semitic? After talking to you so far today, I can say unreservedly yes. I think that you are more anti-Semitic than Candace Owens? No. But I think your form of anti-Semitism is way more
Candace Owens be with, she be fucking chilling for tea and shit like that, right? Yeah.
Destructive and sinister. Candace Owens is outright. Hold on there, Hasan. This is an important question.
You think I'm anti-Semitic now? Because 2 days ago you said I wasn't.
I'm gonna answer.
Okay.
Your form of anti-Semitism is way more insidious because it's silent, it's tricky. She's out there just saying what she believes, and I respect her for that. Nick Fuentes is just out there. Nobody knows that what's his stance on.
Nah, fuck Nick Fuentes, bro. That nigga. No. Yeah, nah, fuck Nick Fuentes.
Israel. Candace Owens' stance on Israel. But you're tricky. What you do is deny the heritage of Middle Eastern Jews, stuff like that. You accuse them of being always the oppressor. What? Always. Everything. And by the way, you spent the first part of this debate calling me insane for what I think most people would perceive as blatant, obvious anti-Semitic acts.
I don't think most people would look at what you're doing right now and
let's
think
not worry about that.
Let's sign of mental sanity.
Well, we'll have time to pull the audience.
And the shit that you be posting is like what? Oh, there's no fucking way. Like, bro, nigga, again, bro. Hasan, 9/11 clip is that some shit a nigga who was saying would say?
Afterwards, so let's continue.
Okay. All right. Well, look. Going back to the Theo Von situation, and you said I'm anti-Semitic, right? Yesterday you said, or 2 days ago, in the aftermath of the Sam Cedar conversation, you said I'm not anti-Semitic. So what has changed in that process? Is it this conversation that you and I had?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Got it. All right.
Here's the clip, by the way. You accused me of not. You accused me of not mentioning that Theo Von did not ask you about Rick Scott. Let's go back and watch the clip.
Because, no, I said I didn't say.
Bro, you literally look like the dude from Beetlejuice. That's crazy. The small head guy.
Ethan, I use my words very carefully. I said in the Instagram story.
The small head guy is fucking crazy, but yo, Ethan is really be cutting his ass. Yo,
I don't watch your stream that much. I don't. I only
in the
see
waiting room.
Bro,
that's crazy. Do you see the resemblance?
Nah, this fuck, bro. This shit is unnecessary. Again, I'm gonna say that with Ethan. This shit is unnecessary, but this is fucking hilarious. This is fucking hilarious.
What?
You're this guy from Beetlejuice. In this photo, you have like the same coat and shit.
Yeah.
It's
Yo, I'm trying to tell you, Ethan's pettiness is fucking top tier, yo.
Yeah, that's you are a comedian.
I sure am, buddy. I see you laughing. All right. Anyway, so you accused me of misrepresenting what happened. Let's play the clip.
Right, $800 billion of Medicare and Medicaid that they want to cut. Mike Johnson goes on stage, says, goes on Caitlin Collins on CNN and says, "Oh, there's a lot of fraud happening." There's not fraud happening in Medicare and Medicaid on the point of the recipient.
Right.
It's happening on the point of the providers.
Right.
And that's why I got banned recently on Twitch yesterday. Because
Sorry about that one day.
Yeah. So you just got back.
Yeah, Libs of TikTok was like posting about how I said something.
Wait, what is this?
And they misconstrued it as though it was a call to action to assassinate a sitting
Wait, why are you
US
showing me
senator.
this?
Well, you're saying I didn't bring this up, or I'm saying that Theo didn't bring this up. He didn't. You brought it up, framed it in your own way to basically preempt a tough question.
Ethan, I said on the Instagram story that you posted about me, Dan, can you switch it back to Ethan?
Don't switch it back, Dan. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I'm switching it back.
Okay.
1 second.
All right. Thanks, Dan.
I know, man.
This looks ridiculous on
It
my
sure
end.
does, buddy.
I'm sorry. Okay. So yeah, this was
And it's not just because of the video.
The post as well, but the post I was referring to was make sure Theo knows how you feel about hosting a terrorist adjacent content creator, and I believe there was another post about it or something. But again,
I said I said he was irresponsible to platform you and not ask you difficult questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt what Ethan was coming from that shit. It's like, yeah, you got Hasan fucking here. There's a lot of crazy shit he said. Maybe Theo Von hasn't seen, but niggas in the community obviously calling him out on some of this crazy shit he's saying. It's like, yo, you have a huge platform. He's there. You have, like I just came up with saying, bro, literally doubling and fucking repeating himself. Trilly yaps everything, bro. Trilly can't fucking grammar either. But like, you have a huge platform to where, like, if you question him on these things he's been saying, especially the extra spicy ones, and confront him on this show, and it's like, yo, it could really show the shit he's on. Wake up, niggas from psyops. Like, yo, nigga, why are you saying all this shit? Like, what is your purpose for saying this? 1, really radical shit. 2, some actually crazy shit. And 3, like, why are you just on this timing? Like, bruv, you're wildin'. But that's not what Theo Von did. I ain't gonna. Is Theo Von evil for that shit? Nah, but it's just like, damn.
So the question I have for you once again is like he had Candace Owens on. Like, do you feel like that's a little bit more damaging in terms of spreading potentially anti-Semitic narratives? Or do you think that anti-Semitism is when you feel bad personally, and that could be any number of different things that I've done in any given moment?
Yes, I think you were just as bad as her in your own special way, and that's why you
I'm
guys were hitting that same flavor.
Candace Owens,
yes,
on anti-Semitism in my own special way.
Basically, what I'm afraid of, what I'm getting from what Ethan is saying, it's like, yeah, like Hasan, yeah, bro, you're basically anti-Semitic, but you're not anti-Semitic in a way that's like outward and broadish, at least. Not sometimes with some of these fucking, again, crazy ass things you be posting and saying. Like, yo, your shit more on like, yeah, the dog whistle type of time, and you're keeping it sly, bro, where it's like, yo, for the heads that really know, again, just like the dogs, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, they can really hear that, John, they can really see that, John, then it's like, yeah, they gonna understand, but for heads that don't, it just goes over their head. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're just not too outwardly with it, at least, again, like I said, for the most part, because sometimes it's nigga.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Very
All right,
good.
Cool.
Very good. So let me ask you a question. Hasan, can I ask you a question?
Can you now officially not talk about like Frogan or anyone else and tell me why I'm anti-Semitic?
Well, we're kind of getting
2
there.
2 days ago, you said I wasn't, but
I
also for a year.
You're repeating yourself.
Well, I am, because you haven't answered this question.
I have literally answered it probably 2 times. The reason that I'm saying you're anti-Semitic is because how you responded to my question at the beginning of this interview.
Ethan, for an entire year, you called me a virulent anti-Semite, a rabid anti-Semite.
Never did.
You did.
You
did.
You
went
not.
back and forth.
I have actually went back and checked
you on it.
I had said that you've spread anti-Semitism and stuff, but I never called you.
Say like your word, like using all these adjectives and shit.
Anti-Semitic. I went back and checked.
So
You're
I was
lying.
just simply spreading anti-Semitism.
Yeah, I mean, it's a difference.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Okay, can I ask you a
Your
question?
list is about Habibi, not Sabr. You're conceding to the framing? Yeah, we're not conceding to anything. I don't want to even talk about the tier list anymore. Stop it. Okay.
Okay, let me ask my turn. Do you think it's appropriate to accuse? Do you think it's appropriate to accuse any Jewish person you disagree with of working with the ADL.
Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah, like this shit. Like Hasan was saying, like yeah, Ethan was working with the fucking ADL to deplatform heads like Frogan, and because you know the ADL was mainly the heads that were pressuring Twitch to ban them, and then that's how like you know Dennis Frogan, all those other heads got the 30-day ban. And like yeah, Hasan, where is your fucking proof that Ethan was working with the ADL? There is fucking none, because I remember that within coming off of Frogan's John. Like where is the proof of this?
No.
Here, for example, is someone using it anti-Semitically.
Saying that Ethan Klein and ADL in unison.
Hasan, let me finish. You're getting ahead of yourself, buddy.
Yes, I do. I do think that that's
You're getting ahead of yourself, man.
That's a valid thing to not only speculate, but also I stand on that for sure.
Hasan, I'm getting there. You're getting ahead of yourself, buddy. Here's an example of it being used in an anti-Semitic way. I'm sure you'll agree. Timeline on that doesn't make a lot of sense.
I heard you in the ADL.
What is this?
This is your fan who ran up on me on Rodeo.
Who the fuck is this guy? My fan?
Yeah. You remember.
Wait, is this the... Is this the guy?
Yeah, you remember.
Wait. No, this is the guy that you claimed was my fan, right? He was calling me the fucking
there's a clip of being like, yo, I love this dude. Anyway, who cares if he's your fan or not?
No. Hold on.
No.
You brought this dude up.
It doesn't matter. I'm showing him as an example of you.
It does matter.
Okay, fine. He's not a fan. I don't care.
You brought him up. Wait, what do you mean you don't care?
If I brought him up, Hasan, if I brought him up, let me finish my point.
He's not a fan of mine.
Save it.
Yeah, he literally, that nigga was on the clip, literally taking flicks with Hasan and shit. Like, yo, bro, I appreciate you, bro. I look up to you, all that shit. What is he talking about? That nigga literally, it came out of his mouth that he was a fan. What?
Why did you make it seem like that person was a fan of mine then?
Let me get to there, okay? You asked me. It's my turn to ask a question. Just because I brought...
I swear that motherfucker in the clip, like with that one clip with Hasan, he literally said he was a fan of
him up doesn't give you the space to interject.
Is it because he rolled up to me
and
tried to fucking clout farm? Is that why?
Yes. Okay, thank you very much.
I was very clearly disturbed by his presence.
Hasan, I think you know where I'm going, and I think you're scared.
Clock it. Clock it. Oh, you know where this shit going. Nigga, you're petrified. That's tough. Like, what? Nah, Ethan clocked the shit out of him.
Yep,
Ethan, can you
yeah! Nah, that nigga Hasan's face. Holy
where I'm going, and I think you're scared.
Yo, that nigga said, huh? Yeah, nah, Hasan, nigga. Nah, I think, yeah, nigga, your arguments, I don't know where the fuck it's going, but it doesn't seem like shit, yeah.
Can you answer the question? Why did you falsely claim that this fucking random dude who
saying
does
he
not
loves
like
you, that you're his favorite person in the world? What do you mean?
I swear, yo, maybe that nigga was clout farming and clip or the fuck, but that nigga said out his mouth that I swear, like, he was a fan. Like, yo, Hasan, I've been a fan and all that shit, bro. Like, yo, if the nigga said it, then I can only assume it's true. It's coming out of his mouth directly. But then again, you know how many niggas be fucking lying? And then if he's a Hasan glazer, this nigga definitely be lying. I know this nigga be capping.
Wait. All right, Hasan, here you go, buddy. Here we go. You wanted it, I've got it.
I love you. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sorry,
I love you.
I'm so sorry.
I love you, bro.
I love you, bro.
It's like, bro, the nigga's saying that he loves him. He's a fan. What?
You're my hero.
You're my
hero. Yo, this nigga's a fan. Hasan, what are we talking about? This nigga must want some cock or some shit. I don't know, but this nigga clearly idolizes you, bro. Like,
go.
No fucking blue line, man.
Wow, how crazy.
Look gay in that.
I'm fucking. Is this another hysterical delusion?
Yes, it is, and I'm gonna explain to you exactly why. Because
wow, dude, I love you. You're the GOAT, bro.
We spent a good deal of our time in the encampment. If you watch the unedited full live stream, we spent a good deal of the entirety of the encampment running away from him because he kept trying to ask me dumbass fucking questions.
Okay, but that's got nothing to do with he's a fan.
Listen, for his own dumbass.
It's not my fault. He's a fan.
You're derailing this, and
To a degree, it's kind of true. I mean, it is dependent on what type of audience you cultivate.
And I need to.
I'm not derailing it.
You
it's
absolutely
not called derailing.
are.
When I'm telling you I was there and I'm telling you the situation.
Very good.
You are nefariously making it seem as though this person is a massive
Do
fan
I need
of
to
mine.
play the clip
He was just
again?
trying to cloud chase.
Oh shit. Yo, that boy cut me off right when I was about to say some John too. But forget that. You already know how I get down. Are we editing that out? Hell nah. Hell nah. This shit already long enough.
I'll play it again. I'm fucked.
You can play that clip again.
Oh my God!
Bro, I had
I love you,
subtitles.
Hasan. Can I give you a hug?
Can you play the clip where he openly admits he doesn't know who I am and asks people around? Because that also
You're my hero, bro. I love you.
You're the coolest guy in the world.
You're the coolest guy in the world.
Hold on, I think I look gay in that one.
I think I look gay in that one.
3, 2,
Ethan.
1.
Ethan.
Yes, sir.
Ethan.
Mm-hmm. You okay?
If you think
I'm like, yo, nigga, we're waiting. I'm like,
he was a fan of mine, why'd you call him a Sneeko fan when you interviewed him?
Because he's both. I mean, surely there's crossover.
Oh.
yeah, nah, he did initially assume a nigga was a Sneeko fan. Looking at the nigga, I mean, could you blame? But like, anyway, barring that shit, like, yeah, obviously he didn't know if he was a Sneeko fan or not. But this nigga, even barring that shit, that nigga most definitely, like we said, yo, you're my hero, bro. I love you, bro. That nigga's definitely a fan of yours, as we're fucking discussing. So I'm like, yo, fuck Sneeko. It don't matter, because even if that nigga was a Sneeko fan or not, he most definitely is a fan of you. So, explain. But he's saying that the nigga isn't his fan and all that shit, man.
Oh, there's a crossover.
Do I need to play the video again?
Okay,
I'll
well,
do it again. Fuck it.
My
Yeah.
producer
I'll
and my
play it
camera
again.
op,
Oh my
March.
God,
My
bro,
producer
I
and my
love you,
camera op,
Hasan.
March,
Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so
was
sweaty, bro.
there.
I'm so
I
sweaty.
love
And he's
you,
in the
bro.
chat right
I have to
now.
interview you. You're my hero, bro. I love you, bro. You're the coolest guy in the
Ethan.
world, bro. Hold on, I think I look gay.
Listen, he might not be a fan, but you can't accuse me of being delusional for saying that.
You are delusional.
Okay, very good.
You
I'm
are.
delusional. Let me get to my point, please.
The nigga himself, bro, I'm not like you saying shit. The nigga himself literally said he's a fan directly. You're my hero, bro. I love you, bro.
So I'm not even asking you to endorse this guy. I'm just simply showing you.
I don't endorse him.
I know you
and
don't.
He's not a fan of mine. So why did you claim that he was a fan of mine? Because he
I'll
fucking
play it
clout
again.
chased.
I mean, I feel like we're running
he
in
was
circles,
clout
but I'll play
chasing
the
at a
clip
fucking
again.
Palestinian encampment. That's why. That's all it takes for you.
No, it was when he said, "You're the GOAT. You're my hero. I love you."
That's what I'm saying. How does that disprove by the nigga literally saying that shit again? You're my hero. I love you. All that shit that Jason was just saying. How does that? How is Hasan disproving that this nigga is not a fan of him? He himself says he loves you, bro. You're my hero. Like, bro, like what?
He didn't know who I was. He was just saying that so he could fucking ask for
He
an
literally
interview for his
recognized
podcast,
you.
for his PUA podcast.
I'm saying what?
Okay, who cares? I don't care. So let me
Wait,
move
now
on.
you don't
Do you
care.
want?
Let's even argue the factor of like, let's say that nigga's a casual, like he only know just Hasan by name, even on that shit. That nigga is still a fan of yours, bro. Like, what are we talking about?
Talk about this for 2
Like,
hours?
it clearly likes your content. Again, no fucking clue why, but like, yo.
Do you want to actually have a
It seems like
conversation?
this is a wait. Well, hold on. You can't just say you don't care all of a sudden when you look like a fucking asshole for falsely claiming that some random
I'll play
person
it
who
again.
stalked you is a fan of mine. You
I
said
heard
he
you
was
talk about
a fan of mine in, I believe, in,
Okay, I
in
lied.
one of your videos.
I lied
You
about
said he
him
was
being a fan.
of
He himself said he's a fan of you. Oh my god.
mine, and I was sending harassment
I
your
concede.
way.
Yes, very
Don't
good.
you think that's a big?
Maybe let's say niggas interview that guy, say he's not a fan of Hasan anymore. At least during that time, in that moment, that nigga was a fan or whatever. It gets to Hasan, a fan of you. But no, anyone with eyes, yeah, that nigga was a fan of him.
Point of contention? Don't you feel like this is a big point of contention?
I concede. I want to show you an example of.
Do you see my side of this though?
I think
Because like
no,
a
you're
random,
being dishonest.
a random Sneeko fan comes up to me.
A random Hasan
wants the
fan
clout
comes up
chase,
to you.
and you, wants the clout chase, and you turn around and you say that he is a fan of mine to prove a point, to make a false point to imply that I'm sending people to harass you.
That's
Do you
not what I
feel like
implied.
that's appropriate?
That's a total lie. I have never accused you of anything of the sort. That is an outright horrific.
You did not imply that this
bad
person that was a
faith
fan
lie.
of mine
Yes,
was
I did.
actually harassing you.
Yes. When is it, now, that's a big logical leap, Hasan, from he's a fan of yours to you're sending people to harassment.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, what? I'm like, the whole point is that this nigga is a fan of you. Like, yo, we already know the niggas that are being sent to harass Ethan. We already know the niggas. I ain't gonna lie. Like, especially again. With this whole fucking CPS bullshit and all that junk. Like, even if Hasan want to say fucking again plausible deniability, like, yeah, I'm not responsible directly for any of these actions, but then I got obviously hypocrite, your platform and these niggas promoting, propagating. I'm like, fuck. But even sidebar in that, it's like, yo, these heads are still directly like your orbiters and in your community. It's like, yo, bro, they're doing this shit. Like, what? I don't know.
That's fucking insane. And by the way, I mean, you are a liar. You know that, right?
Did he not harass you?
Bro, what are you talking about? Did you send him to harass me? No.
I'm assuming no. Like, that nigga, I was about to say, like, I'm assuming obviously not. Like, yo, but again, that one nigga is not even shit in comparison to the other niggas in Hasan's direct orbit, so.
Did he harass you, and then you imply in your video that he was a fan of mine?
Go ahead. When you're done, I'll wait.
Leading the audience to believe. Here, we have a clip, by the way. Dan, if you want to play this supposed fan of mine, since you guys are playing clips over there.
By the way, this was a while ago. He turned on you when he saw that you support trans rights. I know. He spoke ill of you.
No. Even before he actually meets me.
I'm not even mad. I don't care about this guy.
No, well, seemingly you care enough about it that you brought him up here and you used him.
You didn't even let me explain why I'm showing it.
You used him in the past to act like I was sending hate your way.
Bro, you're terrified because you know where this is going.
I have no idea where this is going. This has been a journey.
Well, how about you let me fucking speak, and then we can figure out. We can take the journey together.
Can you play this clip though?
So this clip is just an example. Not that you're endorsing him. Not that he's a fan.
Can you play? Dan, I sent you a clip.
I passed it along. It's out of my hands.
It's the
introduction
of this character onto the stream where he's like, "Who is this guy?"
I'll play it. Yeah.
Pothead or pot man. Is that it? Hey,
I could be on. Are you guys doing interviews? I'm Palestinian. I know I look Jewish.
No, we're just streaming.
Israeli. I look like Israeli.
We're just the guy. Normally the answer would be yes, but he's busy right now.
What are you guys doing?
You're not there.
We're just streaming. It's live stream.
Oh, live streaming?
Yeah.
Dude.
You're not even in this clip, bro. What are you talking about? You're not even present.
Later.
You're out. What? You're out playing with swastika swords or something. You're not even in this clip.
Dude, why? Chat. I think he's showing it on his side. You're not seeing the clip. Yes. Yeah. He's showing the clip.
Okay.
That is the first introduction of this character onto the broadcast, and he doesn't know who the fuck I am. He just sees cameras and goes, "Oh, I would like to do interviews with this person who."
What? This argument is ass. What? So you're saying because the nigga in some other nigga shit, he saw them recording and was like, oh shit, y'all on some y'all interviews, all that. So just because that one interaction happened, he was just doing that for every motherfucker. Like, bro, what? Bro, what? The nigga knew exactly who you were. Yo. Oh my god, this argument is so ass. I'm not even gonna lie. The nigga said again, "I fucking love you, bro. You're my hero." All that shit. He knew directly where. Like again, I feel what Hasan saying where the nigga was trying to get on the whole interview shit. Like niggas do this shit all the time. They see cams going on. Like yo, I'm trying to pop in the camera, all that shit. But bro, that still does not deny the factor. Like that nigga again knew you were. It was at least at that time a direct fan. Like.
Was famous.
Or not direct fan, but like a nigga who obviously knew he was and was a fan of his content.
Seems that was the whole point. The reason why I showed you that is because he was never a fucking fan. And then when he saw the full extent of my viewpoints, he started calling me the F slur. He's a Sneeko fan.
Hasan, in that clip, he doesn't see you. You're not there.
That's what I'm saying.
Ethan, he is a clout chaser and
Fine,
not a
bro.
fan.
I don't care. Who cares? Let me ask you a question.
I do care because
very good.
I do care because you have made an inference.
Oh my
that
God,
is erroneous.
Dude. You are dragging your feet on this topic, bro. It's getting ridiculous. Can we please move on?
That is ridiculous.
This clip you sent didn't prove me wrong at all. You're not there. And you were never there, Hasan. Okay, let's continue, please.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this is an example of someone who I think is anti-Semitic. You probably agree with me on that, but I don't want to put words in your mouth. He's not a fan of yours.
I think, no. I think that guy.
Yeah.
That, I mean, from what I've seen, any number of different things I've seen from that dude, I think he's like a right-wing dating coach or something.
Yeah, he is. Dating Money 101, baby. Like and sub. All right, so here he is using the ADL.
Fuck no.
He accuses me of being in the ADL, and I'll play it. Operation?
Okay.
I don't know, but I heard you survived it, and I heard you survived the Holocaust.
That timeline on that doesn't make a lot of sense.
I heard you're in the ADL, bro.
The ADL? No, I'm not. All right, so he says, I heard you're in the ADL, bro, which, like, obviously is, you know.
I'd be like, proof? Who'd you hear that shit from? And whoever you did hear from, ask them where they got that from. Because I'm trying to know, do they got a doc or some shit? As far as I'm concerned, niggas ain't giving me $1. But yeah, nah, besides, like, my fucking gel factor, like, yeah, like, yo, Ethan, obviously, they don't have no proof that he's working directly with the ADL, like, on some fucking partnership shit, any of that shit, bro. Like, that is quite literally a made-up fucking assumption, a goddamn fairy tale.
I perceive that as anti-Semitic.
I don't think you're in the ADL, Ethan, if that's what you're going to say.
Well, you said, and I'll quote a tweet that you made. Okay?
Yeah.
Go ahead. You said, I'll quote, he worked with the ADL to make Zionists a protected class on Twitch. Now, that is an outright lie.
Go back?
Zionist a protected class on Twitch. Now that is an outright lie.
Directly
I don't think it's an outright lie.
I worked with the ADL.
Took credit over it, didn't you?
Sorry.
Took credit over it? Okay, let's say Ethan would have magically fucking go back on Twitter or some shit and be like, yo, bro, we got fucking Frogan and all them Johns banned. Yo, if he's not working directly with the ADL and even said he took credit, then what? Well, he would be one lying if he did take credit for that jump. On a factor of like, yeah, we work directly with the ADL, yada yada. Is more or less where Ethan was talking about was like, yo, obviously his audience, the whole fucking heads covering the whole shit that happened with the whole, you know, Frogan fucking race tier list. But yeah, again, these niggas have no fucking stamps that he was working directly with the ADL. Like, I keep trying to say this shit.
I worked with the ADL? What does that mean?
Yeah, as in like worked alongside. I don't think you're in the ADL.
Oh, that's what you meant when you said I worked with the ADL. I worked beside them, just incidentally together. You didn't mean that I worked with them privately to get people banned. Of course not.
No, I do think that.
Didn't you say you choose your words very carefully?
Alongside the ADL.
You just told me briefly ago, you choose your words.
Yo, like, working. See that, yo, it's so funny because again, like Ethan is saying right now, nigga gotta choose his words. He wouldn't have to talk about definitions and all that type of shit. Well, now we gotta define these words. What the fuck does alongside to you mean, Hasan? What the fuck does that mean to you now? Because like, yo, you would think if someone says to me you worked alongside somebody, you worked directly with them. Again, these niggas have no proof that Ethan directly worked with the ADL. So then him saying he worked alongside, like, no he didn't. Like, what is he talking about? Like,
words very carefully, Hasan.
Not always. I'm famously.
Okay, we're walking that back. Sometimes I speak out the side of my mouth when I say you work with the ADL. So. Here you are again repeating the lie with Steiny on video. Go ahead. You had time
constantly come after me when his knows I'm not anti-Semitic and making these inferences that I am and like partnering with like the ADL and.
Partnering with the ADL. You want to unpack that one there, buddy?
Yeah. Again, partnering with the ADL. That is
yes, that would be working directly onside them as if like niggas got contracts and like niggas is paying them $1. That is not happening. That's not what happened. Bro, what are we talking about?
I have never spoken to the ADL, so what does that mean?
I'm not saying you directed the ADL.
Do you know
to take
how
action.
silly you look?
You said he worked with the ADL, so then what the fuck?
You know what? I am kind of saying that. I am implying that you directed the ADL to take action.
Well, that's
then why didn't you just say that instead of he worked with the ADL? That obviously, Hasan, you dumbass. Like I said in the fucking beginning of this shit, or better yet, not even I said. Your dumbass said it. Unfortunately, you actually kind of said some smart shit, which on clarifications. But yeah, definition, brother, you're literally, again, not defining this fucking word right, bro, or these fucking words right, or at least the way you're thinking of it is not what these words actually mean. Because working alongside mean you're working directly with. He was not doing that.
That's a defamatory claim that has zero proof.
Exactly.
And frankly, it sounds a little Jewish conspiratorial.
If I thought that you worked for the ADL, I wouldn't have said
not
you worked
spoken
with
to the ADL.
I would have said you worked for the ADL. Now, what's interesting to me, of course,
Hasan,
about this is that
I
you
do
have
not
taken
work with the
credit
ADL
for these bans.
Hasan, I do not work with the ADL.
There you go.
You were a part of the mass smear campaign.
That is not working with the ADL. Would you?
It's not working with the ADL at all. And again, like I prefaced earlier, there were a lot of people who were fucking condemning Frogan dumbass for doing that race tier list. Ethan, Klein, H3, the whole H3 fam was a good portion of that, but there were other people that were also condemning this shit as well. I don't understand. Why does he try to... Oh my god, we're so fucking stupid.
You say that
falsely
I got nothing to
claimed
do with the
that this-
ADL. Blame Frogan for doing a racist fucking panel at TwitchCon that became
Thank you.
a viral
That
story
wasn't a
independent of
racist
me.
Panel, Ethan, just like cracker is not an anti-white term,
Okay,
except public pressure clearly works on Twitch, and they make erroneous bans when they don't want people coming after them.
Here's
Twitch
Frogan
has
repeating the same lie that she heard from you.
Bro, what? You don't make erroneous bans when people come after them. They need... You know what?
Pressure on numerous instances.
This is what she learned from you.
Everything in your power to push people to bully and harass me, including weaponizing propaganda organizations such as the ADL.
Where's your proof that he weaponized the ADL? Again, these niggas have no proof for this shit. Where's your proof that he worked directly with the ADL? He partnered with the ADL. He worked alongside. All these different fucking adjectives. Like, my nigga, where is y'all proof at?
To get me banned off Twitch because I made a joke.
So she said I weaponized the ADL. You said I partnered with the ADL. You said I worked with the ADL,
Yes.
but you didn't mean that I spoke
Yes.
to them. You just meant that we were magically skipping along and happened to just, without even seeing each other.
Just somehow getting fucking cohorts randomly, you know, it's just by happen chance. Like, bro, what the fuck is Hasan waffling about?
They're just working together in perfect harmony and love. And by the way, I'm pretty sure you're implying that I worked directly with them on this.
No, I don't
Okay,
think you
well,
worked
you doubled
directly
down
with
on
them.
it. You said that
Then
you
what does working alongside, what does being partnered with them, what the fuck does that mean? Yo, like, again, if something is a partnership, you're doing that shit directly together with someone else and or other, like, well, if it's a partnership, at least a business partnership is two people. But if you're John, it's like with someone else and or other people, like, bruh, you're working directly with them to accomplish whatever it may be. So, if that was happening, yo, Ethan would be working directly with the ADL. But he's not. So, Hasan, what the fuck are you talking about? Here's what I'm saying. Like, I
do believe that, and I just want to let you know that is a
No, I don't think you directly work with them. I think your goals are aligned on this. Yes, and
okay, then why didn't you say that?
Mr. Precise words, say that. Don't say you're partnered with the ADL. Do you understand? You said partnered with the ADL. Me, a Jewish man, you accuse without any evidence at all of being partnered with
zero
the ADL.
Ethan,
You're now trying to rewrite history and say I said you were working besides them. You are a liar.
What are you talking about?
You are a virulent fucking liar.
Ethan, did you or did you not take ownership over the bans?
I think, yeah, I might have.
That's the fuck. What he's talking about this shit earlier? Like, oh yeah, you took credit for that fucking the fucking bans for Frogan and all them, bruh. And then obviously the ADL was the ones that really cracked down on Twitch. That's still that. How does that prove that he directly worked with the ADL?
Does that mean that I'm working with the ADL?
Exactly.
Ethan? Hey Hasan, can I ask you a question? Are you working with the Neo-Nazi Party of America? Because they're also anti-Zionist. No, seriously. Are you working with the Neo-Nazi Group of America, who's also anti-Zionist?
Ethan,
do you work with them? Are you affiliated with them? Are you partnered? Are you partnered with neo-Nazis? Or do you guys happen to have the same goal and are completely related?
Here's a parallel for you. Have I taken credit for a neo-Nazi anti-Semitic incident that took place? Because if the answer is yes, if neo-Nazis actually engaged in an action, neo-Nazis actually, not like your fucking hallucinations, something that we all agree, like neo-Nazis did an anti-Semitic incident and I took credit for it and I said, this is awesome. I'm glad that it happened. I made numerous videos so that they would do this. Yes,
I was
you
on
would
the
be
tier list,
valid
bro.
in saying that.
It was
comparison.
Exactly. Yo, Denims called him a fucking Zionist right before he put on to like it's
really targeting me. I was on the tier list. Why wouldn't I respond?
Considering Ethan,
I don't have to be a member of ADL to respond to someone harassing me. Are you
Listen
fucking
to my words,
dumb?
please. Listen to my words.
I'm trying, but
Okay?
it's just fucking lies and filth and like empty air.
From your perspective, my association as a 10-year fighter of anti-Semitism, my association from your perspective with anti-Semitism is like something that is so laughable that I don't even know how to describe. Like you're like, oh, it's a swastika sword, but then you admit that it's not a swastika sword. That's how loose this association is.
Oh my god. It's about implications in the scenario. Oh my god, he's still saying this shit. Like, bruh.
But on the other hand, I can't say that you have worked alongside
That's not what you said.
In getting
you said I'm partnered with. Partnered with. You are lying. You are.
He said he worked with. He's partnered with. He worked alongside. Like he didn't said a whole bunch of bullshittery at this point, bro. This nigga Hasan can't get his fucking stories right.
Writing. You are not taking accountability. You said I'm partnered with the ADL.
Ethan, I can't take accountability for your hallucinations.
Hasan, do you think that the normal, reasonable person watching that will infer that we were just coincidentally working the same, or that I was working directly with them?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like, yo, niggas, if you say, yeah, Ethan has worked with the ADL, niggas gonna think, yeah, he's directly partnering with them to do whatever the process was, and that would be like, you know, obviously cracking down on fucking Twitch, getting Frogan in them heads banned. But he wasn't directly working with them. So I don't, yo, this shit is so fucking great, bro. I don't know how we're gonna get through this shit.
What do you think?
What do you think the average person would conclude from saying I'm partnered with the ADL?
What do you think a normal, reasonable person would infer when they hear you?
Bro, you are
Ethan
literally
Klein,
gaslighting me. It's so obvious what you meant.
Yo, stop gaslighting me. Yo, shout out Nick Durio. That shit had me fucking cry, bro. Once again.
The bans of Twitch streamers, and then after they are banned, you say, I'm glad that they got banned. I take credit for it. What would a normal, reasonable person infer?
I was on the tier
that?
list, dude. I was responding to them. It wasn't like a fucking like. It wasn't like I went out of my way to get them banned. I responded to them. I was on the tier list. There's been 3 instances, I think, of, in my opinion, very credible accusations of anti-Semitism. You've accused me of hallucinating all 3 now, which is very convenient.
No, because they're not credible. We are not in agreement. These are not credible allegations of anti-Semitism. These are.
Of course they wouldn't be in your eyes, Hasan. Yo, one of the main ones being the fucking tier list. You have Frogan in your orbit. You promote and propagate her. Of course you're not going to be like, yeah, this shit was bad or whatever. Of course you're not going to try to see the negatives in this shit. You're going in it with a fucking predetermined bias. And you're the main nigga who's fucking Ethan's arch enemy. My nigga, like, duh, of course you're going to go in with that shit.
These are hysterical hallucinations of a person who desperately wants all of his critics to be anti-Semites so he can feel comfortable.
I'm so glad this is on record.
Why would he want that? That's so fucking stupid. Why would he want everyone who's criticizing him to be anti-Semitic? That's so fucking dumb. Like, what?
In the unique position that he has created for himself.
I'm so glad this is on record. So you think?
Yeah, I'm glad you. Yes.
So you think that the you think a reasonable person would hear you say he's partnered with the ADL? And not think that I was working directly with them?
I think a reasonable person will hear your own words and think that you probably worked directly inside of the ADL.
Have I ever mentioned the ADL?
I didn't even make that inference.
Have I ever mentioned the ADL?
You literally said he worked with the ADL. What the fuck?
ADL?
You took credit.
Did I ever mention the ADL, Hasan? Answer the question.
It doesn't matter. You took credit for
it does. Like, what?
The ban that the ADL pressured.
You took credit for the ban the ADL pressured. You took credit for the ban the ADL pressured. You took credit for the ban the ADL pressured. You yourself took credit for something the ADL did. You, Hasan, within that sentence just literally admitted that they're separate entities. Weren't they working together? What the fuck? And then again, this is the whole shit about the plausible deniability. And then he's trying to sit here fucking, oh, no, that's actually not the context of what I said. Actually, like, bro, nigga, no, bro. You know what the fuck was on that tweet, nigga? Like,
I ever mentioned the ADL in my entire fucking career? Actually, I mentioned them once, but I didn't even know what they were. Frankly, if you have the thing, it was even. Did I ever?
Yeah, it's a clip where you are saying,
Okay.
I did that shit. I'll fucking take credit for it. You know who did that shit? The ADL did. You are taking credit for something that the ADL did. I'm not even making that inference.
Well,
You're
they attacked
saying,
me.
But again, still, how does that prove he's working directly with the ADL? Like, what?
Which one do you think? What do you think the average
you
person
sound
would
so
think in this
silly,
situation when you are saying that you did that shit and it's the ADL's pressure that caused these people to be banned for such
Bro, I
a
was being
ridiculous,
silly. I don't
stupid,
care. Listen,
not anti-Semitic thing
listen.
at all.
A literal troll.
I was being silly. They attacked me. I responded. Do I know? Do
Oh,
I know
you're being
who?
silly.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Well, all right. I guess we can
Well,
move on.
do I
then.
think
Now
I
you're
got
being
them banned?
silly.
I don't know. Who knows? You know, I think that
Yeah, you got a Jewish content creator alongside multiple Arab content creators banned off the platform for 30 days.
There's a
because
reason
you
they
cried
call him
about it, and then
token,
the
my
ADL
friend.
actually reacted.
You spend time
because
being
they
a
saw it as
token, you're
great
gonna get
opportunity.
spent.
No, it just got more like mainstream, like it just got more press around a situation, which then again, Hasan, like you literally addressed, got Twitch on pressure, and they had to fucking respond on that shit. Because if it didn't get any news coverage or any coverage to that shit, Twitch would have been like blind as shit. You want to know why? Because again, they suck your fucking cock off, bro. And because they do, they gonna let heads like Frogan do whatever the fuck they want to, bro. Like, yo, it's so fucking crazy. He's on this shill right now, bro. It's like, my nigga, bro, what? No, bro. Yo, fucking Frogan did that dumbass tier list, bro. It's like Ethan covered that shit, condemned that shit, and with that extra press, all that shit went out to more mainstream medias, which then the ADL picked up, pressured Twitch, and them niggas got cooked. I don't know what you want to hear. Like, bro, I don't know what this nigga wants to hear, bro. Like,
But it was just silly. You know, fuck them.
You want to cash in on
Silly.
your Jewish friends anymore? Or can we move on?
Am I what?
Would you like to cash in on your Jewish friends more, or can we move on?
Cash in on my Jewish friends.
That's right. Do you know any Jewish people that aren't anti-Zionists?
Yes.
you know, we cutting it here, cause yo, this shit got really bad, bro. Cause I swear to God, this whole shit with the fucking ADL, bro. I swear to God, you already know what it is. But yo, you already know. Shout out Ethan Klein, H3, the rest of the crew. You know what I'm saying, and of course H3 fam. No cap. That was, of course, part 1 of the official Ethan Klein H3H3 versus Hasan Parker whole debate, John. And I ain't even gonna cap. It's going about how I expected. Hasan bullshitting and all that type of shit. Ethan going in, I ain't gonna lie. And yeah, pretty much not. Obviously not semantics, but within like this whole John going on, it's clearly just gonna be more or less like Hasan just trying to fucking 1, pander, 2, fucking try to obfuscate, 2, funny enough, and then 3, just not take accountability. It's like, yo, bro, some of this shit, not even some of this shit, a good amount of this shit you've done, like, yo, it's not looking good. Especially on the tip with, again, like I always say, his fucking orbiters, these fucking detractors, like, what all these heads is fucking doing. Maybe you're not doing it personally, but especially with the niggas in your community, with all this shit going on, it's like, bro, I don't know how you couldn't see, like, yeah, it's looking a bit, not good on my side. But then I don't know, you guess you could say I'm biased too, bro. Is he glazing Ethan? Glazer. Nah, but like even on this factor, like, it's just bad, bruh. It just is, cause niggas like Hasan, you just never gonna fucking get anywhere in these arguments. Niggas keep bullshitting. You know what? I'm done. I ain't gonna lie. We've been yapping on this boy too much. But y'all already know that was having a respectful conversation with ex-co-host Hasan Piker, H3 Show, episode 143, part 1, like I said, of us reacting to it, because I ain't gonna cap, during this boy, the whole John finished, and yeah, this song's 5 hours long. So yeah, definitely going to be a good amount of parts for this one. I ain't gonna cap, but as far as that goes, you already know. Trill talks everything, Trill yaps everything. So let the yap sessions commence. You already know how that goes on. But other than that, yeah, again, shout out Ethan, the whole H3 fam, and we'll be back again to go on part 2 of this whole Ethan Klein versus Hasan Piker debate. Crazy works we got going on here. But yep, like I said, share the love once again. And I'm finna catch y'all on the flip, baby. Peace.
you.